100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
67 and partly sunny skies at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. With a midnight deadline for trade deals approaching last night, President Donald Trump signed an executive order raising tariff rates on about 70 countries. But they take effect in 7 days, so Customs and Border officials have time to prepare. Most trading partners will pay a tariff of 15%. What can consumers expect in the months ahead? Here's CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
You'll probably see a tariff-related price increase when you buy an imported or a domestic car, a computer, a new electronic gadget, toys, and furniture.
Canada is an exception as a new 35% tariff takes effect immediately. A 25% tariff remains for Mexico as talks have been extended for 90 days. If you signed up for a Biden-area repayment plan on a school loan, its status is changing starting today. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
The Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE plan, was created by the Biden administration in 2023 to help student loan borrowers. When it got tied up in the courts and put on hold, the Biden administration moved all of the enrollees into zero-interest forbearance, meaning that their loans were temporarily placed on hold and interest stopped accruing. The Education Department under the Trump administration says resuming interest on the loans represents a measure of fiscal responsibility. The average monthly payment could rise $300 per month or $3,500 per year. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The police are alerting residents in North Fayette Township about 3 vehicles stolen in the Hankey Farms area. All were unlocked with the keys inside. Authorities are reminding people thieves are targeting various communities because residents assume their neighborhood is relatively crime-free. Yesterday, we reported similar crack activity in both Oakmont and Plum Boroughs. City Controller Rachel Heisler has concerns about the frequency of City Council closed-door sessions. With more on that, here's News Radio KDKA's David Ballarato.
Heisler's audit looked at Council's meetings in 2022 and 23. It found an increase in the number of executive session meetings. Heisler asks if some of those sessions do contain sensitive materials, is there a way to address some of those matters in a way that could still be addressed before the public? She says there are times when lawmakers do need to meet behind closed doors.
But at the same time, we need to reconcile and recognize the rights that citizens have to have access to their government and understand what is being debated and make sure that we're being as judicious as we can when deciding if these meetings should be held in the public space or if they really do need to be executive.
Also a concern, missing signatures on reimbursement requests, with 79% of those for non-travel costs lacking one. David Ballarato, News Radio KDKA.
Employers added 73,000 jobs last month, missing economists' predictions of 110,000. This morning's Labor Department revision shows hiring was weaker than previously reported in May and June. Also, July's unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 784 points at 43,349. The Nasdaq is down 531 points, and the S&P is down 123. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are starting a 3-game series at Colorado tonight. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. 67, partly cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
From PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up? Yeah, taking a look at the PennDOT traffic cams, 28 inbound, back up to speed after the earlier accident. Just a minor slowdown as you approach the north side. Parkway East inbound slowing at Edgewood, Swissville. Actually, that's stretching back to around the Britain Road overpass right now. The outbound side of the Parkway East, you're still lining up just past the bend and staying in that traffic heading into the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Heading inbound on the Parkway West, traffic is lining up at the top of Green Tree Hill. The outbound side still up to speed. And 65 inbound, just a 1-light delay to McKees Rocks Bridge, but we're looking at about a 2-light delay on the outbound side at the bridge on 65. With AAA traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon with a high of 79, then clear and cool tonight. Low 53 in outlying areas, 57 in the city. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Keeping record here. Day 8, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Actually, day 8 headed into day 9. Not one phone call. Not one appointment from LG, that massive appliance, multi-billion-dollar appliance company, that repairmen and AI call life's garbage. Headed into day 9, not one appointment from one person, with our freezer still frozen shut. To which I ask, is this as good as it gets? Is it? I hope not. Point 2, I was wrong. The woman in the hockey fight. Overnight, I acquired significant new video. That woman has issues. That woman has anger management problems. So does her husband and any other parent that thinks violence at these games is okay. It's a horrible, horrible example. And I have backstage video of her behind the scenes after the game. Whoo! Damn. City of Pittsburgh. There's garbage sitting on the side of your streets. You know why? Ain't no garbage trucks. You know why? They're broken down. You know why they're not fixed? Because the adult in the room, Rachel Heiser, said, we ain't paying for what you ain't doing. How about that? Love that woman. She's going to call out the city as the garbage piles up because they're paying for stuff that no one's doing, and that is garbage. Meanwhile, I have a moral, ethical, and holistic question for you. Why is there evil? No, I'm serious. Why? Why is there evil? Hit me this morning as I saw this piece on the network. Why the hell is there evil? You tell me. Listen.
New surveillance video shows 28-year-old Andrew McGann getting arrested Wednesday at an Arkansas barber shop, 5 days after police allege he killed husband and wife Clinton and Kristen Brink while they were on a hike with their daughters in Devil's Den State Park.
He did indicate that he had committed the murders.
Police say his DNA matched DNA found at the crime scene. Hairstylist Adriana Avalos told us she was cutting McGann's hair when officers surrounded him.
I didn't sleep last night thinking about those girls and knowing that I put my hands on that monster, that I cut his hair.
Investigators say McGann stabbed Clinton Brink first, and his wife rushed their daughters, ages 7 and 9, to safety. When she returned to help him, detectives say she was also stabbed to death.
They absolutely protected those girls to their fullest extent. to the point that it cost them their lives.
According to officials, McGann was recently hired to teach in an Arkansas school, but hadn't started yet. He had previously taught in Oklahoma and before that in Texas, where he resigned after being placed on administrative leave over concerns related to classroom management, professional judgment, and student favoritism. An investigation found no evidence of inappropriate behavior with students. Police are still looking for a motive and say they have no reason to believe McGann knew the victims. For CBS Mornings, I'm Omar Villafranca.
Say all you want, man. Talk about mental illness. Talk about gun issues. Talk about problems, psychotic episodes. All of it. But for those who pray and those who believe, you tell me, why is there evil? Why does that happen? Why? Why does a complete unknown creep out of the woods and stab two wonderful people to death, destroying their lives, ending their lives, and destroying the lives of their children? Why does a man who never played NFL football plan and carry out the methodical trip from Vegas to New York to murder people in an NFL office? Why? 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 And why? Hold on. Why the hell does he go up the wrong bank of elevators? Doesn't even make it to his destination. Why? I don't know. Anyone? For the believers in God, that it's God's will and God intervenes and God runs our lives, how the hell does that happen? And why? Why does a man lives, how the hell does that happen? Go into a politician's office in Danville, Virginia, and light him on fire. Lit the man on fire. Why? I can't wrap my arms around the why of this stuff. The horrific violence, the inexplicable horror, the madness of psychotic attacks on innocents, children left without parents, communities left with too many questions, and folks who never had guns before buying guns for the first time in their lives. Why? And what's the end game? Loading up? Laying low? Taking cover? Target practice? It hit me this morning as I saw that piece, and I'm working out, and there are tears running down my face because I'm thinking, this guy jumped out of the woods and stabbed two people to death with two children. And did you hear the story? Mom saved their lives. She rushed them away and came back to save her husband. And then he stabbed him to death. We may never know why, but we have to cling to hope rather than despair, because if we sit in the fetal position with a gun, we're nothing, and they win. And we certainly can't let them win now, can we?
Have you been told there's nothing that can be done for your neuropathy? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers is pleased to tell you that is not true. As one of the largest and most successful neuropathy treatment practices in the country, Tri-State Neuropathy Centers has grown to 9 regional centers and helped over 14,000 patients, like Janie from West Homestead. Janie's neuropathy pain limited her activities to where she couldn't stand long enough to cook a meal. She feared she might need a wheelchair. Then Janie found Tri-State Neuropathy Centers. Their effective FDA-approved treatment program greatly improved Janie's neuropathy, and she considers her decision to use Tri-State Neuropathy Centers as a wise investment in her health and future. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers helped Janie, along with thousands of others. Let them help you next. Call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers, the leader in treating peripheral neuropathy.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Couple of slow spots on the roadways right now, mostly on the Parkway East and Parkway West. Let's start with the Parkway East. Inbound, you're lining up the Britton Road overpass as you make your way into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's not too bad. The outbound side, though, still stacking up at the bend as you approach the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Then closer to town, the Fort Pitt approach from the Parkway East, jammed at 2nd Avenue as you make your way up onto the Fort Pitt Bridge. Parkway West inbound is lining up the top of Green Tree Hill. Outbound side is up to speed. No issues right now on the Parkway North, and 28 is back up to speed after an earlier accident. With AAA traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius. Or 2 half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
My sister is 2+ years into her battle with pancreatic cancer. And every single time she goes to UPMC, you know what they tell her? You're killing it. You're beating the odds. Every single time she gets chemo, they calm her down. Every single time she gets radiation, they tell her, Barb, you're amazing. My deal with UPMC and Hillman and the staff is every hospital kind of sort of gives you the same medication. They give you the confidence to keep living. Seriously, UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm not trying to bring you down on a Friday, trying to wrap my arms and our arms around the world that keeps spinning. sometimes in the wrong direction. The best way to describe it, I think, is to find hope. No, really, and I'll use my sister as an example. I just mentioned her and her pancreatic cancer. So one of my friends was just diagnosed with the same illness that my sister has, pancreatic cancer. And my friend is young, in her 50s. And for the most part, for all intensive purposes, because I've been around cancer, as most of you have, a pancreatic cancer diagnosis is a death sentence. You are going to die. You have no shot at the title. Using the odds and the statistics to back up what I'm saying, the survival rate for the cancer I had was 90 to 95%. Insanely good odds. Flip that. The survival rate for pancreatic cancer is 2 to 7%. So they tell you that, and your heart says, I'm a dead man or a dead woman, unless you're my sister. My sister sends me a note last Sunday after we had a wonderful day. The note says, I'm beating this. And that's what you have to do to fight your way out of the madness of the world we live in. My sister, when she was first diagnosed, didn't want to believe that she couldn't be cured. So she left UPMC docs for a day and went to the Cleveland Clinic. Also amazing people, life-saving doctors. At the Cleveland Clinic, the doc comes in after examining her and looking at test results and tells my sister, 6 months. I'll give you 6 months. Ripped her heart out. Dragged her soul all the way from Cleveland back to Pittsburgh. It's 2.5 years later, and she's kicking ass. Why? 'Cause she can. Because she has faith and hope and finds sunshine in a pretty damn dark situation. The most beautiful thing she does, I'm going to tell you. There's a guy that owns a bunch of businesses that loves my sister and helps her out. He stops by her house with a couple $100 here and there. My sister lives in Wheeling, West Virginia, is not working, and is by far middle class. Pays her bills, end of story. I'm at her house. Truth, this is truth. This guy stops by and gives my sister a couple $100 cash. My sister, who kind of sort of ekes it out in terms of paying her bills, walks back into the house, crinkles up a $100 bill, and tries to stuff it in my pocket. That's beautiful. So we take our mind and our focus off of how the hell can I wrap my arms around a psychotic man stabbing two wonderful parents to death for no reason in the woods and destroying their lives, killing them, and leaving their children without parents? And I think of my sister. And I think of this 12-year-old boy who we're going to talk to live on Monday, who sent me these notes about his father with cancer. And I'm sitting there reading these notes written by a 10-year-old boy about, I don't want my daddy to die. This is real world stuff, man. This is right in your face Wow, kind of stuff. And my man is asking me to help his father pay his bills. Who the hell says no to that? What's my point? Take the magnificence of a 12-year-old boy who loves his daddy. Seriously. Take the magnificence of my sister fighting the battle of her life against the deadliest cancer, trying to stuff a $100 bill into my pockets, and find the greatness and the kindness of that, and try to place the agony of the horrifying things we see in our lives as just part of the play, and what I call life in the blender. We must teach our kids this, that when they fall and get hurt, they're hurt. Lay there for a moment. Cry for a moment. Feel the pain for a moment. But get the hell up. I tell my kids, get the hell up. Because you're a Griffin. And that's what we do. And the best we can do is care about the people we love. And the strangers that show greatness. And a 12-year-old boy, you should see these notes. We're going to talk to him live Monday. We got to help his dad. Hell yeah, we got to help his dad. A 12-year-old boy who realizes it's tough enough to imagine that your son knows you could die from cancer. It's tough enough to wrap your arms around that. I remember when I was first diagnosed, I asked my wife, do they know? Do they know I'm this sick? And my wife said, no. And I said, good. But this 12-year-old boy knows. And he knows he loves his dad. And I know we have to help him. Find the greatness, not the gore, not the hatred, not the anxiousness, not the vitriol, not the violence. Find the hope. We'll be all right then.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
67 and partly cloudy at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A Jeanette man died following a hit-and-run incident last night in Westmoreland County. The coroner says the motorcycle driven by 19-year-old Jaden Lynch collided with a vehicle on College Avenue in Hempfield Township around 11 p.m. Lynch, who was not wearing a helmet, was thrown from the cycle while the other driver left the scene. State police now looking for the vehicle and driver. Pennsylvania's Liquor Control Board has approved a new fee on wine and spirits. Prices will increase at state stores, restaurants, bars, and taverns, also grocery stores, after a $1 per case fee takes effect at the first of the year. That fee has an estimated cost to alcohol producers of between $15 and $17 million annually. Pittsburgh's favorite neighbor stamp is among the most popular issued by the Postal Service. And as News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush reports, now is the time to vote and make it the most popular.
The U.S. Postal Service is excited to announce the Stamp Encore contest. Mark Wall, communications specialist with the USPS, tells me the organization is celebrating its 250th anniversary.
But then the same day they came out with this Stamp Encore voting. And I looked at it and I said, we got Mr. Rogers on there. I said, there's only 24 stamps nationwide. He's a Pittsburgher. I'm a Pittsburgher. We got to get everyone out here to vote for Mr. Rogers. Be a good Yinzer.
Wall says you can vote online as many times as you want at stampsforever.com/vote. The Postal Service plans to announce the winning stamp design in May 2026. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 541 points at 43,590. The NASDAQ is down 374 points and the S&P down 85. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from EV True Value Hardware Store. Andy, we talked about Harmony Organic Insect Control for inside the home, but it's great in the garden.
Absolutely. An organic insect control that you can use on all your vegetables, flowers, plants. Amazing for controlling any of those fleas, ticks, ants, anything you want to keep out of your vegetables.
Non-toxic, too. Take advantage. Go to harmonyoic.com, available at participating True Value Hardware stores.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
My dad served in Vietnam, the 82nd Airborne Division. He never talked about it, and my mom knew not to ask. So Dad buried himself in work and self-medicated, and would lose his temper sometimes. Loud noises would put him on edge. It got rough, so I finally said to him, Dad, you gotta get help.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern, but help is available.
Dad finally went to VA for one-on-one and group therapy and got some really great tools to help him manage things. And I got my dad back.
Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, a couple of trouble spots on the Parkway East in particular. Let's start with the inbound side. There, traffic is slowing around the Britton Road overpass as you approach the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. But the outbound side of the Parkway East is stacking up at the bend. You're going to stay in that slow-moving traffic into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel on the city side. Now, that's because the left lane of the outbound tunnel is closed. Closer to town, the Fort Pitt approach from the Parkway East is jammed at 2nd Avenue, and you're staying in that traffic up onto the bridge and through the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Heading inbound on the Parkway West, traffic is stacking up just over the top of Green Tree Hill. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon with a high of 79, then clear and cool tonight. Low 53 in outlying areas, 57 in the city. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we go. We've made it. Friday. Yep, big show today. Can't wait. 2 to 6 right here. KDKA.
I had no idea that there were fire chiefs making over 300 grand in Pittsburgh. They're not even the chief. I had no idea. It's ignorant. It's obsessive. It's abusive. And it's playing the system. And I love the firefighters. They work hard, blah, blah, blah. But this is ignorant, man. And how about the city itself? They spent nearly 80% of their overtime already, the budget. And it's going to cost them, they're going to be $20 million over budget. Much of it. And the Fire Bureau, most of the firefighters in this town fight one major fire a year. I had no idea you had fire department employees making $310,000. Wow. Does know? My favorite reporter, one of my closest friends, Andy Sheehan with KDKA. Good morning, brother. How are you?
How you doing, Marty?
Kind of blows people's minds. You're not judging, I'm not judging, but the numbers don't lie, do they, brother?
Well, the city is awash in overtime, and as you said, they've spent 80% of their overtime budget already through the first 6 months of this year, and the highest amount of overtime has long been in the Fire Bureau. They budgeted $16.5 million for overtime, and they've already spent 70% of that. Wow. And one of the main reasons is everybody's in the union, even the top ranking officials. There's only the chief and 2 assistant chiefs are not in the union. So when you talk about how to try to manage this overtime, who's doing? So the 4 right underneath the assistant chiefs are 4 deputy chiefs, and if you check the top earners for the last 4 or 5 years, they've made an average on each averaging $310,000 a year. That's almost triple their base pay.
No.
So how do people who are managers, who are supposed to watch the purse strings, supposed to have efficiencies, how are they making? That's $1 million over 3 years, basically.
Wow.
So what the city did, the city.
Brother, go ahead. Sorry.
On 2 fronts, they don't want the deputy chiefs to be in the union because it's hard. It's no way to manage the bureau. And
hold on for a second. For amateurs, explain why that matters, whether they're in the union or not, sir. Most people don't know. Why should I care if they're in the union?
When I'm in a union,
yep.
So I'm at loggerheads with management most of the time over work rules and over pay, and they have power over me to determine my work or your work, right?
Right.
If you're in the union, I mean, and what these guys have been in the union, apparently, it's in their interest to gain as much overtime as possible. I mean, I guess they work these hours, right? And they have a high base pay, so they get, if you're getting that rate, you're going to get a lot of money. Anyway, so they want them out of the union, right? So they negotiated this past contract. Let's remove the deputy chiefs from the union, make them pure management, and so they'd make what, like $110,000 a year.
Okay,
flat,
so let me stop you there, because if they are out,
like 110.
If they are out of the union, they can't make this cash. What, they don't get the overtime? What happens?
No.
Oh, I see.
I mean, the mayor's not in the union. The mayor ranks like, he makes 130 a year, so he's like 88th highest earner in the city.
Wow.
If you're in management, you don't get overtime.
I see.
You just work your job.
I see.
Right? So they take them out of the union. So what did they do?
I don't know.
They all took demotions.
No.
These four guys took demotions to battalion chief so they could still get overtime.
Oh.
And now, we don't have deputy chiefs.
Wow. Because if you're a deputy chief, you don't get bank.
That's right. Well, under the new contract, you don't get bank. That's right.
That's unbelievable.
Right. So now they don't. So these guys, they worked a year as battalion chiefs and collected overtime.
Yeah.
And now three of them have retired.
Sure.
They retired in the spring.
Uh-huh.
So their pension is based on their highest 3 years of earnings. So presumably that would include this last year when they were working as battalion chiefs and got that. So now they have their pension is based on that. So they've retired and they've gone off there. And the city, at least for now, haven't been able to fill these positions because nobody wants them.
Why would you want them? You can't get paid. If I can make 300 plus as a battalion chief, that's what I'm taking, brother.
Yeah, but this is supposed to be a service to the city, right? I mean, you're a deputy chief. You're a deputy chief. So anyway, they've $16.5 million is budgeted. They spent 70% of it
already.
Already, yeah, they've gone over. They're going over budget, so they'll spend millions more in overtime this year than what they budgeted.
Conversely, we have
the city if you take the city in aggregate, they're projecting to go $20 million over budget.
Conversely, we got cops saying we're getting screwed. No one pays us. It's a little different, isn't it?
The police officers, Pittsburgh police officers rank in the middle of the county in terms of pay. If you're in Monroeville or one of these other towns, you're making much more than.
You know as many cops as you know firefighters. The cops resent this. Not asking for opinion. I just know they do. How do they justify, because I saw you talk to Ralph, and I like their union boss. How do they justify that kind of money?
Well, I mean, this is going on forever and ever, right? They have. This is a very strong union.
It is.
And they have negotiated, work rules that require this overtime.
Yes.
I mean, it gets into the minutia here, but you have to have this many firefighters assigned to a truck, right, or a station house. And if you don't meet that, then you gotta fill that position with overtime. And, if you're a lieutenant and you work in a captain's shift or a deputy shift, then you're making their pay, right? So, it's some people say they game the system. Hey, I'll take off, then you fill in for me, and then you take off, and I'll fill in for you, kind of thing.
You said something
that's been alleged, right? What?
You said something, though, that has true meaning, and you did. This is supposed to be a public service. They're making more than senators do, U.S. senators. I'm not more than congressmen do. They're making more than the DA makes, any judge makes. They just are. They're right there.
Well,
in
they'll
the
say they're
governor's
working the
salary.
hours. They're not. They're saying they're not working a 40-hour week. They're working a 50, 60-hour week. But
Well,
I
they're
don't
not fighting
know.
fires, brother.
You know, if you're a management, well, yeah.
Come on, my man.
Well, you say that.
You know that. You've reported that. They average one major fire a year. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, that's
Yeah.
but yeah.
My man.
I don't want to get in trouble with these guys.
I know, but it's the truth. They get aggravated with us, but
it's the truth. But nobody. I mean, it's been going on forever and ever. They're a very strong union. They're very politically powerful.
Please,
you know,
Joey
every
King,
mayor
brother.
wants
King, man.
every mayor wants to get on their side come around election time. You know, council people are the same. So they, you know, nobody's dug into this budget and this overtime. They're afraid of them. That's right.
I had no clue you could become a millionaire being a firefighter. All right. Andy Sheehan, my brother. Great stuff, my man.
You take care, Mike.
That's player money, man. I don't know, man. I'm a cop making 65. I could take a bullet. I'm a assistant chief. I ain't fighting big fires. Okay, you work the hours. All right. 310,000. I'll work the hours. You tell me where I sign. Patrick, you work those hours, brother? For 310, brother?
For 310, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yesterday.
Alonzo, would you work the hours for $310,000? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Should a firefighter who doesn't fight major fires, maybe one a year, certainly not the front lines, they're an assistant chief. Come on. Should they make $310,000? Is it gaming the system or just playing along? 866-391-1020. Dang it. I ain't hating. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, Parkway East remains a trouble spot. Let's start with the inbound side. Traffic there is slowing at Edgewood Swissvale. That's not atypical for this time of day, but the rest is. The outbound side of the Parkway East is stacking up at the bend before the approach to the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Now, that's because the left lane of the outbound tunnel was closed for quite a while for crews to clean out a clogged inlet. That has since been reopened, but significant residual delays remain. Closer to town, the Fort Pitt approach from the Parkway East is jammed at 2nd Avenue. The Parkway West inbound lining up at the top of Green Tree Hill. No issues right now on the Parkway North or 28. 65 and 51 are up to speed. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page, or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You're at the pharmacy counter. You plan to head for vacation, but insurance says it's too soon to refill. The copay's higher than last time, again. And now they need a prior authorization, so you wait and wait for something you needed today. At Blueberry Pharmacy, we cut all that out. No insurance games, no delays, just upfront pricing, fast delivery to Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida, and real people who actually help, like me. Call or text 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com and breathe easy again.
Upside presents Locals Just Know. In Pittsburgh, there are things that you just know. Like on game day, you can wear whatever you want, as long as it's black or yellow.
Look, Mom, I dressed myself.
That's great, honey, but it's game day, and you're wearing Eagle colors. Let's go swap that shirt.
Well, here's something not all Pittsburghers know yet. You can now earn Upside cash back at hundreds of nearby restaurants, gas stations, and grocery stores. Even local favorites like Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get Go. The best part? With Upside, you can earn cash back on top of your credit or debit card rewards and loyalty programs like My Perks from Giant Eagle. Download the free Upside app, and soon you'll feel like every day is game day. For a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PITT03. That's promo code PITT03 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. Upside. Cashback smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Just don't do it. Just don't go another day climbing in and out of that unsafe, ugly bathtub. Today's the day to step into a gorgeous new shower from PJ Fitzpatrick. The jacuzzi shower system from PJ Fitzpatrick features a low entry threshold. Just walk right in. The jacuzzi shower is luxurious, affordable, and it installs in just one day. Plus, PJ will include a free shower seat and safety bars for all customers this month. Visit trustpj.com today for your free design consultation.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Tim from Colorado asks, I listen regularly and always hear the "do you have a pension" question. I have a cash balance plan, which I can take as a lump sum or a monthly payment. It has no cost of living adjustment. Not having a COLA concerns me, so I'm thinking of taking the lump sum instead of the monthly payment. What do you think? Well, Tim, this comes down to what other assets you have, because you could make the case for both scenarios, but it really does depend what else is going on in your financial life. So get back in touch with us and we can help you out.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I ain't hating. I'm just telling you, the players play. Kind of an intricate game that cops play at the state level. Whereas if a state cop's getting ready to retire, his boys give them all of their vacation, and then he works all these shifts the last 2 years of his career, and it builds up his pension, and then that's how they figure out your pension by the last 2 years of your tenure. So they leave with a pension of $120,000 a year, which is sick money. And so, as you heard Sheehan say, so these deputy chiefs do this for a couple of years, and that balances out their pension, and they make $310,000, and it makes their pension well over $100,000. When city cops, and they get angry about this, and they resent this, quite frankly, but they're in there making, honestly, $35,000 pension. Their pension sucks. And the argument is, the argument is that they had great leadership, and they were always. I talk about Joey, and their former union president. What he would do is he'd get them all in the room, and here's what we're voting for mayor, and they'd all vote for that guy for mayor, and the mayor would win. They're a team. Cops have never done that, so they never had the juice. I'm just keeping it real. So the firefighters got what they wanted. Are they bad people because they made $310,000? Hell no. Players play, man. If those are the rules, those are the rules. I ain't hating. I'm just telling you, it's a lot of money, man. And the fact that they're 70% through their OT already, we're only halfway through the year, is ignorant on the city's part. We're going to talk to Rachel Heisler. She's got this. There's a reason why there's garbage piling on the sides of streets in the city. Because she has refused to pay a lot of their bills because they're not doing it right. And then the city fights back, kind of trying to blame her. Okay. The city literally sent out a note this morning saying, we know there's uncollected trash in Polish Hill, Upper Hill, Terrace Village. So they got piles of life in Pittsburgh. This is an inflection point for this town, folks. So we're 200 to 300 cops short. We have the worst fleet of vehicles in America. I think we have, 7 to 10 garbage trucks in the garage, and the city won't pay them because Rachel Heisler says, you're not doing the right thing. And the mayor's office says, yeah, we're aware. We have uncollected trash in Polish Hill, Upper Hill, Terrace Village. Okay, yeah, we're working through it. We want to get the vehicles fixed. They're blaming Rachel Heisler because she has failed to issue full payment. Duh. You know why? Because she's a very bright woman. You know why? Because she knows numbers. You know why? She says the city's getting screwed, and she said to hell with it. Folks, inflection point. Follow the yellow brick road. As Robert Frost would say, 2 roads diverged into a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by. We better, because the road they're on sucks. I don't begrudge firefighters making $310,000. I begrudge spineless, feckless leaders who allow them to do it. How about that? I begrudge a mayor who allows this to happen. If I'm a firefighter and someone says, my man, you know you can make $310,000, I'm going to say 3 words. Tell me how. Right? If I'm the mayor or if I'm a speckless leader in this town, I'm going to get in a room and say, we're stopping this crap now. But until they stop it, it will continue. And they will make $310,000 a year on the road to perdition. Bad deal.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Life's unpredictable and full of unknowns, but your vehicle shouldn't be. No one wants to face an unexpected repair that could derail their plans and budget. That's why we're introducing CarShield, the ultimate way to future-proof your ride. We're not just about fixing problems, we're about preventing financial surprises. You can get a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan designed to save you from out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Imagine driving with complete peace of mind, knowing that if something goes wrong, you'll pay almost nothing for covered repairs. Included in every plan is free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. This protection plan is at an all-time low, making it accessible to any driver. Don't wait for a breakdown to realize you need coverage. Invest in the future of your vehicle and your wallet today. Call CarShield now for your free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. Future-proof your ride. Call CarShield now. 800-908-8646. 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable.
Ooh, gas station sushi.
That's preventable. And even colon cancer can be preventable if you get screened. If you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor. Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
69 and partly cloudy. At 11 o'clock, I'm Paul Rasmussen. President Donald Trump's tariff plan will take effect on August 7th for most countries. The president has said the tariffs will boost the economy and create jobs, while critics warn that they'll increase inflation. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
If we see overall tariff rates at around 15%, this would still be a big increase in the tariff rate for the United States and imported goods.
The executive order Mr. Trump signed last night calls for 15% tariffs for most nations, with some exceptions. Taxes on goods from Canada are 35% effective immediately, and the U.S. is extending tariff talks with Mexico for another 90 days. Its rate stays at 25% for now. Employers added 73,000 jobs last month, missing economists' predictions of 110,000. This morning's Labor Department revision also shows hiring was weaker than previously reported in both May and June. July's unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%. The markets are down on this news. The Dow is off by 586 points at 43,544. The Nasdaq is down 444 points, and the S&P down 102. Interest starts accruing today for student loan borrowers who enrolled in a Biden administration repayment plan. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the story.
The Saving on a Valuable Education or SAVE plan adjusts payments based on a borrower's income and family size. It was struck down by a federal court last year, and its roughly 8 million borrowers were put into forbearance with no interest accrual. The Trump administration announced last month that interest accrual would restart August 1st. This change could result in an additional $300 in monthly costs. Borrowers will still be able to be granted a forbearance, putting a delay on their monthly payments, but interest will now be applied each month. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The big sign on Mount Washington has changed. The Pondla Hockey ad on the billboard above the Golden Triangle replaced an ad for Iron City Beer earlier this year, and now the personal injury law firm ad includes a Steelers logo. KDKA Sports, some tempers flared Thursday at Steelers training camp. News Radio KDKA Sports Director Jeff Hathhorn has the story.
Mike Tomlin uses the phrase, "I'd rather say whoa than sick 'em." He used it again Thursday to describe a couple of quick shoving fights between Steelers receivers and defensive backs. New Steelers safety Chuck Clark.
To me, it is what it is. It's football. Football, whatever happens in football happened. You know, it's the nature of the game. It's a rough game. You put a bunch of A-type personalities in the space and say, go be competitive, go be physical, stuff don't happen.
Just like the studio when Larry's in there. With the Steelers, Jeff Hathhorn, News Radio KDKA.
The Pirates are starting a 3-game series at Colorado tonight. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through an employer? Call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for affordable options. 69, partly cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
Refresh, restore, and protect your employees and customers. Call Zero Res to clean your business the right way so your floors and surfaces stay cleaner longer without the harmful chemicals the other guys use. Call 412-701-1188.
The summer savings continue to heat up at Coons Market.
Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound. Fresh blueberries, 1 pint container, $1.99 each. Essential everyday tortilla chips, 12-ounce bags, 2 for $3. Come see us at Coons.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Couple spots. Taking a look at the PennDOT traffic cams, the Parkway East inbound is slowing at the Britain Road overpass. The outbound side stacking up the bend, stretching almost back to Hot Meadow Bridge before the approach to the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Now that's because the left lane of the outbound tunnel was closed for several hours for crews to clean a clogged inlet. It's since been reopened, but the residual delays remain and are even starting to build. Closer to town, the Fort Pitt approach from the Parkway East is jammed at 2nd Avenue. Over on the Parkway West, the inbound side is lining up just over the top of Green Tree Hill. Outbound side, we're seeing a lot of sluggish traffic from about the 79 split to past Campbell's Run. No issues on the Parkway North, and 28 is back up to speed. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be sunny with low humidity and a high of 79. Then clear tonight, cool with lows of 53 to 57. Sunny, high 78 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli.
The state budget is now 1 month overdue. As a result, Pennsylvania's public school districts have been notified there won't be an education payment for 6 weeks. That unnecessary development has administrators tapping district reserves or taking on debt to meet payrolls. And the fallout isn't limited to education. Tech schools and libraries, agencies providing mental and behavioral health services, child protection, and more were also informed that state payments will be delayed for a month and a half. The reason for the budget impasse is Democrats and Republicans cannot agree on how much the state should spend. They can't even agree on the state of the negotiations. 2 lawmakers recently told KDKA they are either very far apart or close to a compromise. It's unacceptable. The legislature is required to pass a budget by June 30th, but has done so just 12 times in the past 20 years. We support a proposal by Westmoreland County Representative Jill Cooper to keep lawmakers and the governor from being paid when the budget is past due.
This has been an editorial by KDKA Radio Senior Vice President Market Manager Michael Spacciapoli. To view a transcript, go to kdkaradio.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I have 20 pictures of busted up, broken down public works trucks, like beyond repair, like jacked up tires and body frames and ripped up seats, snow plows that don't work. I got pictures of jacked up, junked up garbage trucks that are danger to drive and danger for the citizens because they could back up and kill someone when the brakes fail. We have the worst fleet of public vehicles, like cop cars that can't fix. The worst fleet of public vehicles the city has ever seen. Ever. And right now, if you're living it in the stank, there's garbage piling up on the streets. And people don't give a damn why. They just know it is. And they're disgusted with it. And let me tell you what's happened. The city controller knows what she's doing. She smells a rat. She smells bad business, bad government, and bad accounting, and said, I'm not paying for what we're not getting. The city sends out this long note today. I'm serious. And in essence, blames all of these problems on City Controller Rachel Heisler has declined to issue full payments to our fleet services vendor for the first 6 months of 2025. Then they say, we acknowledge that the Controller's Office has expressed concern, but they've been articulated in 2 separate audits. They're blaming her for doing her job. You know what I say? To hell with them. You know why? They can't handle the truth. Rachel Heisler joining us this morning. Good morning. How are you?
Hey, Marty. Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Let's start this so the numbers really don't lie, do they, Rachel?
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is that the vehicles are being seen at the garage. 40 of the 61 trash packers have gone through the city garage in July of 2025. Wow. So the first thing I'll tell you is the idea that these vehicles are not being seen at the city garage is false. Okay. The reason they're going to the city garage and the reason that they're breaking down is that they're old. Okay. The second issue, the city was being billed a flat rate for work done at the city garage for contracted, which is like the routine services, right, for $706,000 per month. Wow. We received the January, February, and March invoices in April, and each invoice was for $706,000. Wow. We requested documentation. We received that documentation on July 7th, wow, and we paid the actual amount for the work done, which was in January $657,000, in February $617,000, in March $651,000, in April $651,000, in May $619,000, and in June $639,000. So far, our accounts payable team and our inspectors have saved the city $405,000 in overbilling from the city garage on contracted service work because we are not paying we're paying the actual amount instead of just this flat bill. We are not in a financial position to pay for work not performed.
Hey, Rachel, so help me with this. To use my slang, are they cooking the books? Why the hell are they asking for 706 when they actually did 619? How does that happen?
Yeah, so there is a discrepancy. So in one place in the contract, it says we will pay the actual. In one place in the contract, it stipulates that we will pay a budgeted amount. That is the disagreement that, and I understand, right? I acknowledge that there is a disagreement with this contract. And I fully acknowledge that I am paying the actual, not the budgeted amount, and I will stand by that decision. But the problem is that when we pay the budgeted amount, and then we're basically loaning the vendor money, they keep 20% of that at the end of the year.
Wow.
So in 2023, we overpaid, but still had to pass an emergency appropriation to get through the end of the year. And that's wrong, and that's not how this contract should work. And as you probably know, when we sign a contract in the controller's office, we don't get any input on the contract language, right? We are signing it that there is money available and we can pay our bills. And there is money available. And if this month the bill is $800,000, we can afford to pay that. But we should only be paying for work performed.
Wow, we're happy to continue with the controller's office. In essence, they're saying you're impeding DPW's ability to carry out essential responsibilities, jeopardizing public health, worker safety, and neighborhood cleanliness. How do you respond?
That is factually inaccurate. These vehicles are being seen by the city garage. They're being triaged in terms of public safety and public works. And, everybody has had issues. The fleet is old. That is the problem with the fleet. Old vehicles require more maintenance. That is fact. It's true at your house, and it's true with the city fleet. And what we need to be doing is prioritizing the city fleet and spending more money year over year on purchasing new vehicles instead of less, which is what we are planning on doing. This year, we're spending $6 million on new vehicle acquisition, and in 26 and 27, we're budgeted to spend $3 million each year. That is not enough, and that these problems are going to continue unless we budget more money for vehicle acquisition.
They dropped the ball. The COVID money they didn't spend on this. They hired too many people, and they let this happen. So now we have one of the worst fleets I've ever seen. Is there an estimate? I'm told $20 million, maybe even more, to just catch up in buying vehicles.
Well, first and foremost, this problem is longstanding.
Yep.
We have never invested enough in our fleet. And it is wrong to say that this is a 3-year problem or a 5-year problem. This is a 20-year problem, right? And according to the ELA's last board meeting, in order to get up to date with vehicles within the ELA, we need $200 million.
Whoa.
This is not a problem. This is not a problem we are going to. This is not a problem we are going to fix overnight. It requires a strategic vision to get the fleet where it needs to be. Right? We can do it, but it needs resources, and it needs a plan, and it needs a vision. And it's not going to, we didn't break, these vehicles didn't turn old overnight, right? And a trash packer from 2007 didn't get old in 2025. It was old in 2015, and it should have been replaced then. But it wasn't, and here we are, and the problem is not going to be fixed overnight, but the solution is not to say that this discrepancy is somehow causing these trash packers to break down. The trash packers are breaking down because they're old, and I'm doing everything I can in the position I'm in to make sure that we're not paying for services that we aren't receiving. Hey. That's my job, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Hey, Rachel, is this, I'm hearing that this vendor is hacked and they're slow moving their work. Have you seen any of that?
No. Like I said, 2/3 of the trash packers have been through the garage.
And so
I have seen no evidence of that. And the workers at that garage are doing everything they can, but there's only so much you can do on a trash packer from 2011.
So this notion that they have 7 garbage trucks parked, that they can't use it all, is that accurate?
That I can't comment on specific vehicles and where they are. I don't know for sure.
And there's no recovering from this because no one's coming up with. So one of my boys sent me a note. Wow, 2 sweepers working citywide. That's it, the entire city. That's a disaster, Rachel, is it not?
Vehicles are expensive, and they require investment, and they require investment to purchase, they require investment to maintain, and they require investment when they need to be retired and a new one needs to be bought. And you can't do it overnight. That is absolutely true. We need a plan, and there needs to be a vehicle acquisition plan, and some of these trucks are never going to be able to be used again. Of course they're not. I mean, there are ambulances from the 80s that we still have in service.
Wow.
That's the reality, right? So we need, and again, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep repeating it, this problem did not start in 2025. I'm glad people are paying attention now, and I'm happy to keep talking about it, but this is a long-standing problem, and we are not going to fix it overnight. And people need to recognize that it's going to take time, resources, and a vision to get us where we need to go.
Rachel Heisler, City Controller, first of all, I admire and respect the hell out of you for telling the damn truth. It's what people need to hear. I'm getting all these texts. Someone's getting a big envelope at Christmas. There have to be fraudulent invoices. Should the DA look at this? You're not seeing that, are you? You're just saying this contract is jacked. We are paying too much, right?
I have asked for the contract to be rewritten because I do not believe it is not clear what needs to be paid, which is why I'm paying for work performed.
Wow. It's awful scenario, and you are not the fall guy. Actually, you're the one with the truth. They just can't handle it, and they can't manage a $200 deficit in vehicles. There's no way, Rachel, can they? No way.
This is a long-standing problem that is going to take a long time to fix. This is, again, and I'm not expecting it to be fixed overnight, and neither should anyone else.
Right.
If you bought 2 cars in 2000 and they're both dead this year, it's going to be really expensive for you as a family to replace both vehicles in 2025, right? So think about it from the perspective of a household. And municipal budgeting is obviously much different. But we need to be realistic, and we need to budget, and we need to allocate resources. We have not been devoting enough money to fixing this problem. And now here we are, and we're somehow caught off guard, which is inexplicable to me. But I mean, we knew this problem was going to happen, and here we are, and it's happening. So attributing this problem and having trash packers at the garage has nothing to do with this contract. It's a separate issue. But there does need to be a bigger conversation about the fleet, the health of the fleet, and the trajectory we're moving in. Because spending $6 million this year and $3 million in 26 and $3 million in 27 is only going to make my visits on this show about the fleet more frequent.
Rachel Heisler, hey, check this out. $3 million buys one fire truck and a couple garbage trucks. There you go.
If you're lucky. And they're getting more expensive.
Hey, I don't want to dump this on you, but I'm getting texts that Gainey hired like 20 new people in Public Works. Have you heard that?
We do monitor payroll, pay over pay, and we have not seen anything that has indicated that payroll has spiked in the last, quarter.
Okay.
But overtime, as you know, continues to be a very expensive part of city expenditures.
3 firefighters making $310,000. I'd call that a problem. It's insanity. Rachel.
Well, they should have had a fire budget.
They should have.
Fire budget hearing last year.
Truth to power. Rachel Heisler, you're the best. Thank you for the truth. Appreciate you.
Take care, Marty. Have a great weekend.
Wow. You know what they call this? A crap show. Wow. Wow. Man. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Wow. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, the Parkway East remains a trouble spot this morning. On the inbound side, traffic is slowing around Edgewoods-Westphal as you head into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's pretty normal. But the outbound side, still stacking up before the bend. Really, it's almost back to the Hot Metal Bridge as you approach the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Now, that's because the left lane of the outbound tunnel was closed for several hours. Closer to town, the Fort Pitt approach from the Parkway East is slowing at Stanwick Street, and you're staying in that traffic up onto the bridge. On the inbound Parkway West, traffic is lining up just over the top of Green Tree Hill. Outbound on the Parkway West, we're seeing traffic slowing from around the 79 split, really approaching the 79 split to past Campbell's Run. No issues right now on the Parkway North. 28 back up to speed, 65 and 51 are clear. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, it's Crash Gladys from Speed Freaks. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use limited time promo code SUMMER and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code SUMMER to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SUMMER. Yeah, at first I thought it was too good to be true, but it's completely legit. Plus, you can cash out anytime. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now by using limited time promo code SUMMER. That's promo code SUMMER for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Is your car still under warranty? No, not anymore. My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care. Ox Car Care? Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote, 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465, 800-240-1465, or go to oxcarcare.com.
UPMC sponsors Get Marty. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Jag off. She's a true star. You know why? She tells the damn truth. I've been at this in this town more than 20 years. I've watched this ship sink. What happens is politicians play the game. Fix the damn trucks. Let's wait. We're cool. Nah, we'll be all right. No, we'll get to that later. No, we don't have the money. And now with garbage piling up and folks hacked off, let's blame the county controller, which is in essence what Olga sent us a note. The mayor's office is in essence blaming Rachel because she's slow paying or low paying the provider. And that's not true either. What we have, though, is a failure to communicate. Here's why. And she admits this. So there's a contract. It's actually fascinating if you really want to drill down on this. To guarantee a certain payment of over $700,000 when Rachel's people did the work and found out that they only did $617,000, $619,000. And in the eyes of her people, the city overpaid at times by over $100,000 in a month. And that irritates her. Therein lies the difference, and that's the rub. What she is saying that is fact is that most of these trucks, and she nailed it through the numbers, 40 of 61 have gone through the garage, and they're out there. They're old. You know what scares me? They need $200 million to catch up. $200 million. Hello. Tom, you got $200 million. Wow.
Almost.
Wow.
Here's my thing on this.
Go ahead.
And that's the thing about controllers. No one's ever talking about what are other controllers doing or not doing, as in Mr. O'Connor. When Princess Sarah was going about trying to raise all this money that we needed, we didn't hear a peep out of Corey.
You know, that's the county, you know. That's the county, right? This is the city.
I know that, but I'm just trying
to figure. I got no time for political speeches or rhetoric about Corey. I want to know how the hell this town recovers. Where the hell do they come up with $200 million? Hello. Think of the reference point. Think of the reference point. They need $200 million. They got $6 million next year and $3 million in subsequent years. So that's they have $12 million. Oops. They're $188 million short, and that's just to catch up. Hello. Houston, we have a problem, Houston, we need trucks.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
At California Psychics, we know that sometimes you can wake up thinking,
I don't know if I'm in the right career. Ew. Or the right relationship.
But whatever your life dilemma, at California Psychics, we'll give you the guidance you need to feel certain about your life choices. And because we only connect you with the very best, we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, is free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Think back to the last time you were in nature. What comes to mind? Hiking through a lush forest, floating on a lazy river, or perhaps watching a vibrant sunset on a beach full of glistening plastic bottles and food wrappers. Unfortunately, this isn't a joke. Here in the U.S., we generate the most plastic waste in the world, with 70% of it ending up in landfills. And by the time you're done listening to this ad, more than a dump truck's worth of plastic will have made it into the ocean. Plastic has become a useful part of our everyday lives, but it's polluting the air, water, and soil that all life needs to survive. This is a human problem that can be solved with human action. But it's going to take all of us, from individuals to businesses to governments and everyone in between. Help create a cleaner future for both people and nature. Visit wwf.earth/plastics.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
69 and partly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour, a Westmoreland County man and 3 co-conspirators are facing weapons and drug trafficking charges following an undercover operation. The men are accused of selling guns and heroin with fentanyl. The State Attorney General's office says David Jeffries, James Womack, and Shelton Payne all have prior felony convictions prohibiting them from having firearms. Andre Ellis Barnes was charged with selling drugs to an undercover officer. A statement says agents with the AG's office, Westmoreland County Drug Task Force, and 5 police departments coordinated to make the arrests and seize more than 47,000 doses of heroin laced with fentanyl and several high-caliber weapons. Police are alerting residents in North Fayette Township about 3 vehicles stolen in the Hankey Farms area. All were unlocked with the keys inside. Authorities are reminding people thieves are targeting various communities because residents assume their neighborhood is relatively crime-free. Yesterday, we reported similar criminal activity in Oakmont and Plum Boroughs. Pennsylvania's Liquor Control Board has approved a new fee on wine and spirits. Prices will increase at state stores, restaurants, bars, and grocery stores after a $1 per case fee takes effect at the first of the year. Carnegie Mellon's Pipes and Drums Band will compete on the international stage this month. The CMU musicians are going to the European Pipe Band Championships in Perth, Australia on August 9th. Also the World Championships in Glasgow, Scotland on the 15th. The university says it has the world's first undergraduate degree in bagpipe performance. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 633 points at 43,500. The Nasdaq down 456 points. The S&P is down 104. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Soldiers and Sailors Hall and Museum recognizes Pennsylvania's combat veterans who have received medals for gallantry. With this Hall of Valor moment, here's the curator of Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Hall and Museum, Michael Kraus.
Sergeant William J. Sweeney of Allegheny and Cumberland counties was awarded the Silver Star Medal for gallantry in Normandy on 7 June 1944. While advancing forward, Sergeant Sweeney noticed a wounded officer lying in an open field 400 yards away and braved intense enemy fire to rush to his aid. After administering treatment, Sergeant Sweeney returned over the fire-swept area to assist in the evacuation. Sergeant Sweeney's action undoubtedly resulted in the saving of the life of the wounded officer.
Soldiers and Sailors Memorial reflects the valor and heroism that shaped this great country. Consider a tax-deductible donation. For more information, visit soldiersandsailorshall.org.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success.
Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, heading inbound on the Parkway East, traffic is really starting to improve. You're just tapping your brakes as you approach the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's on the inbound side, but the outbound side of the Parkway East, still seeing some pretty heavy and slow traffic getting in line around Hot Metal Street and then kind of staying in that traffic until the approach to the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's due in part because the left lane of the outbound tunnel was closed for several hours. It's reopened, but we're still seeing those residual delays. Heading over to the Parkway West, on the inbound side, traffic is lining up at Parkway Center. The outbound side, heavy and slow approaching the 79 split to Campbell's Run. No issues right now on the Parkway North. 28 is back up to speed. 65 minor slowdowns in both directions at the light at the McKees Rocks Bridge. And 51, some stop and go typical red light traffic. Otherwise, though, back up to speed. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be sunny with low humidity and a high of 79. Then clear tonight, cool with lows of 53 to 57. Sunny, high 78 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zare, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we go. We've made it. Friday. Yep, big show today. Can't wait. 2 to 6 right here. KDKA.
So I got a note from LG, Life's Garbage, the appliance company that our freezer locked up going on 9 days. And I got a text. I got to read this. Let me find it. From someone who says her name is Abby, ABI, which I don't believe. Presidential liaison at LG Electronics, which I don't believe. Your case was escalated to me. I don't believe it's a person. It could be AI. It could be some form. And I sent them a letter. By the way, it's a third type note I've sent to someone with some funky name that never, ever responded. And I'm making this about me because this is about you. We're 9 days in, and they have never sent someone to our house. They lied about the appointments the guys never showed. They lied about a number in West Virginia, never got a response. They lied about fixing it, they never did. To the point where I had to go out, find my own guy, pay my own guy, even though LG says only we can fix it. Well, he fixed it because you don't give a damn. And my boy Brian, the repair guru, says this is how it is. And now I find out through insane response from you that this company is buried in this stuff. And it makes you wonder, who cares about us as consumers? Honestly, If they're out of the country, they're out of your mind. They don't care. I talked to 8 phone operators in the Philippines who can't communicate well enough to allow me to get a repairman to my house. I got 4 or 5 emails that were all lies, texts that were all lies. We had to find an outside contractor to fix our refrigerator and pay that contractor. Otherwise, I'm still with some liaison named Abby, who I don't think is real. And I just sent them that note, direct message. We're 9 days in. You lied. You didn't fix it. I paid for it myself. I will never, in my entire life, ever buy another LG appliance again, as long as I live. Ever. Ever. And there's lots of you with similar stories. I got buried in texts and emails. You want to hear a story? Listen to this one. Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
LG, life's garbage. It's all over the internet. That moniker. They own that. Do they not, sir?
They certainly do.
No, Greg, tell us your story, because I've heard this I've seen this movie and heard this song, brother. Tell us.
Yeah, it's not unlike your own. About a week ago, we noticed the fridge was leaking, only to find out that it was leaking because the ice was melting because the compressor had died. So I checked on it and checked the coils, the fan, everything, and all I could figure out was that the compressor wasn't working. Well, that's kind of outside my skill set, so I had to call a repair guy. He came over, confirmed the compressor was indeed dead. So I called LG because my fridge is 5 years and 1 month old. And they were like, well, you're kind of out of luck on the warranty because you're 1 month out, but they'll pay for just the compressor. But that I had to go with their company to fix it. And so they said, oh, yeah, one of our techs will reach out to you. They never did. They sent me a text two days later from another company that I'm sure they sourced their work out to, that I had to pay $125 just for them to come out and confirm what I already know.
Wow, just to get started.
Yeah, just to get them to confirm that the compressor is indeed dead. I have to pay this other company $125, which I have not done because I'm not dumping another penny into that
junk.
Brand.
And my man, you know there's a class action lawsuit involving their compressors. You know that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yep.
And we go into these stores and we buy this crap because it's kind of cool looking and it's a decent price, right?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Like we've gone to I don't even know how many different appliance stores since then, looking, and every salesperson confirms the same thing. They're like, oh, yeah, you're only going to get 6 to 9 years out of these. Yeah. They just don't last, which is crazy.
Wow. Hey, how much is it? Isn't it like $600 to get a compressor fixed?
We've got quoted at $750 because not only, there's all the other parts that go along with the compressor, and then they have to recharge the whole system. So, yeah, the Freon alone is a couple $100.
It's unbelievable. It's
I'm not dumping $750 into a repair.
It's unbelievable how they treat people. It's unbelievable how they respond or don't. Have you ever imagined that a company would be this inconsiderate, this irresponsible, and disregard the fact that you're a consumer who needs their help? I'm serious.
I spoke with 3 different customer service reps, and they were all so very callous and just did not care. They just repeated over and over, well, your warranty's expired. Your warranty's expired. I'm like, I'm 1 month out of an expired warranty.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, the fact that you won't stand by a product that's 5 years and a month old is just, that says everything to me.
I sent them a note this morning, and I mean this, Greg. I will never, ever buy anything they make again. Ever.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm right there with you.
So hold on, man. So yours went out when?
Saturday.
Oh, so a week, pretty much.
Yeah.
Is it still jacked up?
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's not doing anything.
What are you doing?
we're just going to have to look for a new refrigerator. But I'm in. Then it's a whole new fight to fight. You know, who do we go with? What brand is reliable these days?
And just put this crap in the street.
Yeah.
Man. What's your wife think? She's probably as mad as you are.
She's not happy. I can tell you that.
I mean, and honestly, my man, you raise a point. Who the hell can we trust? Who?
Yeah.
I don't
know. I mean, we've been in every appliance store that in the area, and they all say the same thing. Yeah, they don't really last.
Do they say that?
Yeah.
See, this is what I heard from all the repair guys. Yeah, 4 years, maybe 5, throw it away. Huh?
Yeah. And it doesn't matter between costs, like the cheap ones, the expensive ones, and it's not the technology in the new ones that's failing. It's like the age-old, time-tested equipment, like the compressors that,
It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
I'm so annoyed.
Yep.
You know what? I'm standing, and this is a true story, with my man Matt at his family business and at Voss, and I said, show me, because they have all the brands. Show me the one that will never break. This is a true story. Matt, who I love, our house is full of their stuff. He leads me over to this wall, and there's this refrigerator. Bosch, have you seen that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, German. Is it German? Yeah. $13,000. Screw that. Screw that. Huh. We'll eat all our food too fast. We'll never use another refrigerator again. $13,000. My man, Greg, who the hell can afford 13 G's for a fridge, bro?
Yeah, no.
Come on,
no
man.
Thanks.
Come on, Greg. I appreciate your insight, man. We all learn these lessons. We think we're smart guys. I think I have juice. They don't give a damn who I am. They just don't care. And
No,
I told them that. Greg, I told them I would be ashamed to work for that company. Wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They don't stand by anything, so.
Do you have a freezer at all, man?
Yeah, we have a deep freezer. So we have a deep freezer and a mini fridge, and we went out and bought another mini fridge just to supplement until we can find something that works.
No, I'm with you. Tell me what happens, and thanks for the truth, my man. You're the best.
Yeah, nice talking to you, Marty.
It's amazing. It's disgusting, and it's commonplace. Welcome to PJ Fitzpatrick, Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, the Parkway East remains a trouble spot for us. Heading inbound, you're getting in line around Edgewood-Swissvale, and you're going to stay in that traffic as you get into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel on the inbound side. On the outbound side of the Parkway East, though, traffic continues to build. You're getting in line before the Hot Metal Bridge. You're going to stay in that, past the bend, and then up to the approach to the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's due in part to a closure earlier in the tunnel where the left lane was closed. Over on the Parkway West, traffic is lining up just over the top of Green Tree Hill, approaching the Parkway Center ramp. You're going to stay in that traffic down into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Then on the outbound side, you're clear coming out of the tunnel, but you're going to start slowing down as you approach 79 Split, and you're going to stay in that traffic through Campus Run. Parkway North is looking good right now. No significant issues on 28 or on 51. 65 is looking at about a 1 to 2 light delay on the inbound side at the McKees Rocks Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Wondering why your meds cost so much, even with insurance? Or maybe your pharmacy shut down and now you don't know where to go. I'm Kyle from Blueberry Pharmacy. We do things differently. No insurance needed, no surprises. Just the real cost of your medication plus a small, transparent dispensing fee. It's called Cost Plus Pricing, and it's how pharmacy should work. Anyone can use us with or without insurance. We ship across Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida. Call 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com. Blueberry Pharmacy, Pittsburgh's only 5-star pharmacy.
Folds of Honor has been meeting Sacrifice with Hope since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Folds of Honor wingman today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Consider someone in our Pittsburgh area a hero? A hero can be your neighbor, a teacher, a church leader, or even your parent. Someone who has done something extraordinary. Once again, KDKA Radio needs your help as we honor 5 local heroes in our community. Nominate your hero for Larry Richards' Hometown Heroes event at kdkaradio.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alongside its quarterly earnings call, autonomous vehicle firm Aurora Innovation announced that its driverless trucks now operate at night. The company became the first company to operate an autonomous semi with no person in the driver's seat on public roads earlier this year, although it resumed operating with an observer at the request of one of its OEMs. CEO Chris Urmson said in the earnings call yesterday that the 3 vehicles still operate completely autonomously. Night driving is a key milestone for the company, and a milestone that came much sooner than expected. The company previously aimed to drive at night sometime during the 4th quarter. Also, having its federal funding eliminated, WQED Multimedia announced it's laying off 19 employees. The positions eliminated were primarily in marketing, membership, and production departments. WQED said it's offering financial support to impacted employees, including severance and continued company-paid benefits through the end of the calendar year. Congress and the Trump administration cuts to public broadcasting included a direct loss of $1.8 million annually, and WQED noted that it's also preparing to absorb other new expenses. This includes music licenses that were previously paid for by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, as well as grants from other federal agencies that have been suspended. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I sent them a note this morning. The LG bot, whoever the hell this person is or isn't, I said, do a little search. I really did. I said, online out there, you were called. They really are. Life's garbage. It's out there. We asked AI. I said, I challenge you. I'd be ashamed. I'd be ashamed to know that was out there. CNS guy was on here yesterday. Our people. My man had one complaint. They've been in business 3 years. Why? The one complaint was, why can't you do my job? You're too busy. That's the way you run a business. It's ignorant, man. They should be ashamed. Mary, thanks for your patience.
Oh, that's okay. I had bought a refrigerator when Sears was in business.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And I was told it was a Kenmore.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, not too long after I had it, the switch that you open and close the door was burned. Was burned out.
Yes, ma'am.
So okay, I tried to find Sears. Well, Sears at that time was going out of business.
Yeah, they've had a tough time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then I had to try and find a repairman.
Oh my.
And one of the people that I called was in the Yellow Pages.
Yeah.
And when they asked me what the number on my refrigerator was, I told them. They says, "Oh, we won't fix that. That's an LG." I says, "No." I says, "No, it's a Kenmore." "No, it's not a Kenmore." So I had to find another repairman, independent.
Wow.
He came, cost me $200. Okay.
Yeah.
And he also told me that was not a Kenmore.
Wow.
That was an LG.
So would they buy them out? Huh?
So LG was being sold
Hold on,
under...
man. Go
So while we're talking, I was just looking that up. Some Kenmore refrigerators are manufactured by LG.
I see.
That's what it is.
Is it junk, Mary? Is it working now?
Oh, I got rid of it. You know what I did? I had to replace that switch 3 times.
Oh, my.
I put $600 into that switch three times over a period of 5 years.
What do you have now? What do you have now, young lady?
I went to Voss, and I bought a Whirlpool.
Oh, there you go. Love her and love Voss. They're my people. They're wonderful people, but they experience a lot of pain in that business.
What did you get a saltine at?
Sienna.
Yes.
How are you, darling?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm great. I love the name.
Thank you.
What's up?
My husband does too.
See?
Hey, Marty.
How you doing?
That's my husband, Martin.
Martin, what's up, brother?
You and me with the Kenmores, brother.
Did you have Kenmore?
Just Kenmore.
No, LGs.
Oh, they're
Life's
horrible.
garbage.
Life's garbage.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, we bought one back in 21 when we were doing our kitchen.
Yeah.
It was good for a little while, then, well, when they installed it, we were hearing something funny. And we were told, we were thinking it was a compressor.
Sure.
And they said, "Oh no, that's normal. That's normal."
Of course.
Okay. It was good for a while.
Sure.
I got up February morning, came down the stairs. I looked at my husband, and I'm going, "I'm smelling an electrical fire."
Oh no.
He's going, "What?" I said, "I'm smelling electrical fire." Well, with his nose being in the military, it went bad. So we went and looked, and sure enough, the motherboard on top of the refrigerator, LG, burned.
Oh, my gosh. You could have had a fire.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Called LG. Of course, it's out of warranty.
Of course. Why not?
I had to fork out $425 for a service guy to come out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What do you
Told
have
him
now?
that the motherboard burned.
What do you have now?
We just went to Appliance Warehouse and bought a Frigidaire.
How long have you had it?
No, we just went and bought it today.
Oh. You will never buy.
Yeah, we're still fighting LG.
You will never buy another LG. You'll never buy another one again. Ever.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
Marty, hey, Marty.
Yes,
you're
sir.
on our third compressor right now.
Third? Hell no. You're killing me.
Third.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
And so it goes. Life's garbage. Living up to that name. They should be damn proud. 3 compressors. They should be ashamed.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
73 and partly sunny skies. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Residents in Oakland and several other neighborhoods are wondering why their trash hasn't been collected, sparking some back and forth on Grant Street. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has the story.
The Gainey administration Thursday night sent a press release saying one of the biggest reasons for the delay in trash pickup has to do with the city controller not making full payment on repair invoices issued earlier this year. The administration says that means several garbage packers are not available. But City Controller Rachel Heisler says that's not the reason why 40 of the 61 trash packers have been in the shop.
The trash packers are breaking down because they're old, and I'm doing everything I can in the position I'm in to make sure that we're not paying for services that we aren't receiving.
She tells Marty Griffin the problem precedes the Gainey administration. As for the payments in question, she had received an invoice for $706,000 in April for January work. When she asked for more information, the work totaled $657,000, and that's what she paid. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
With a midnight deadline for trade deals approaching last night, President Donald Trump signed an executive order raising tariff rates on about 70 countries. But they take effect in 7 days, so Customs and Border officials have time to prepare. Most trading partners will pay a tariff of 15%. What consumers expect in the months ahead? Here's CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
You'll probably see a tariff-related price increase when you buy an imported or a domestic car, a computer, a new electronic gadget, toys, and furniture.
Canada is an exception as a new 35% tariff takes effect immediately. A 25% tariff remains for Mexico as talks have been extended for 90 days. Employers added 73,000 jobs last month, missing the economist's predictions of 110,000. This morning's Labor Department revision also shows hiring was weaker than previously reported in both May and June. July's unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 447 points at 43,684. The Nasdaq down 346 points, and the S&P is down 76. A Jeanette man died following a hit-and-run incident last night in Westmoreland County. The coroner says the motorcycle driven by 19-year-old Jaden Lynch collided with a vehicle on College Avenue in Hempfield Township around 11 p.m. Lynch, who was not wearing a helmet, was thrown from the cycle while the other driver left the scene. State police now looking for the vehicle and driver. In KDKA Sports, the Steelers' new starting quarterback is getting good reviews from teammates at training camp. Here's News Radio KDKA's Jeff Hathhorn.
Second-year receiver Roman Wilson said quarterback Aaron Rodgers is the coolest person he's ever met. And many have talked about his confident yet not-in-your-face leadership. Pat Freiermuth.
He holds everyone accountable, and the coolest thing is if he feels like he messed up a play, he'll take accountability. He doesn't throw other people on the bus. He's a great leader and a great guy in the office for sure.
Rodgers and teammates back on a school bus tonight for practice in Latrobe. With the Steelers, Jeff Hathorn, News Radio KDKA.
And the Pirates will start a 3-game series at Colorado tonight. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. And by Supplemental Medicare Solutions from Need Part C. Medicare can be confusing and doesn't have to be. Visit needpartc.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. 73, partly cloudy in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-240-1465. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-240-1465.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465 or oxcarcare.com.
So, got my son Vince's birthday coming up, 15. This is where Oakmont Bakery comes in. So he wants a cake. He wants chocolate with vanilla icing and strawberry filling. What do? You go on their page. It's amazing. 2,000 to 3,000 custom cakes. I mean, you pick it out, they make it. It's amazing. Custom made. Insane opportunities and varieties. Oakmont Bakery. They get it. Delicious.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon with a high of 79, then clear and cool tonight. Low 53 in outlying areas, 57 in the city. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims. And in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I oftentimes comment that Dr. Tim Murphy, Congressman Tim Murphy, one of the smartest men in America, and because he is, and because mental illness is so relevant and prevalent and necessary and so mishandled, I reach out to him twice a week. And he offers insight and wisdom and knowledge, quite frankly, because he dealt with and still continues to deal with veterans. Kind of an unsettling report in the Wall Street Journal, which brings me to the congressman and doctor this morning. Doc, this notion that they pointed out, I didn't know, but you've heard this. They're giving vets too much medicine. What the hell does that mean? And how's that happen, sir?
Right. Great to be with you again, Marty. Yeah, what this is referring to is that a study was done and noted something called polypharmacy. That is where people on more than one medication. 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are heavy-duty, powerful prescription medications deal with depression, anxiety, insomnia, and sometimes medications deal with the side effects of the previous medications that take place. I know often when I worked in the Navy at Walter Reed Bethesda Naval Hospital, we would have patients come into our TBI, traumatic brain injury, PTSD unit, who are on so many medications, 8, 9, 10, that we had to take them off things just in order to understand what was really the symptoms of the medication and what was the symptoms of the problem. And weaning them off was an important step. So one of the things I hear, now again, I hear this from a biased sample of veterans who come to me. They said, I'm not going to the VA anymore because they give me too many drugs.
Oh, they actually say I'm not going.
Yeah, they say that I'm not going anymore because they say they get too many drugs. Now, the VA, in a report that came out from the Wall Street Journal on this, said that many times doctors will prescribe extra medication because they can't get them into counseling. That talk therapy is very important for the anxiety, depression. It's not the only things, but after the VA pushes counseling and medications, because that's their the field they play on. But they say they can't get them counseling. The wait times are too long, so they will put them they'll get them more medication. And what happens is some of them will say, I'm not responding to that, so they'll increase the dosage or try additional medications, what they have. Now, some may need that, and medications can be helpful, but we know other things are very helpful too, which the VA does not engage in. Strenuous outdoor activity, challenges there, fitness, weight training, cardio training are very important first and second line treatments for part of depression, anxiety. Getting people involved socially is important too. And most veterans don't go to the VA. This is very important to understand. Most veterans do not go to the VA.
What?
They don't. It may be because they live too far away, that they, in some cases, they don't qualify for some of the services the VA has.
Hey, Doc, let me jump in here because this is actually shocking to me. I can't believe we think alike because I do think this stuff because I see it at 4:30 in the morning. Wall Street Journal headline that I alluded to, and so did the Doc. Combat Cocktail, how America over-medicates veterans. To treat PTSD, the Department of Veterans Affairs, this is crazy, puts hundreds of thousands of patients on multiple streams of powerful drugs that put them at risk of suicide. Doc, that's alarming, brother, is it not?
Sure. So some of these medications that are that have an increased risk for suicide, particularly when one is starting them or coming off of them, some of the SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and then sometimes the person doesn't like the side effects so much they'll take themselves off. And it's a quick drop-off, and that can increase the risk for suicidal or aggressive behaviors. So it's always important we tell veterans, don't do it on your own, work it through, but replace it with other things you're going to do with. Not necessarily medications, but other therapies. And those may be more talk therapy, more outdoor activities, fitness activities, et cetera. I mean, John Kolb, famous Steeler, the program he has, that we work with him together on that, they put veterans and first responders through a lot of this. Well, there's another element to this, Marty. As you know, the news also coming out of how many people are leaving the VA. Military Times reported about 10,000 will be leaving by September. The VA actually has those numbers push up to 30,000.
It's unbelievable.
Now, a lot of those are people that the VA said, look, we don't need all these people anymore. And they may be in categories of doing financial clerical work, human resources, clerical assistance, management and program analysis. So of those, there was a few thousand just in those categories alone. But there are also some nurses, some doctors, some counselors. And while the VA is saying, well, we've got to put people on medication because we don't have enough counselors to do the work, cutting counselors is the last thing you want to do now. Now, the things cited in Military Times are those who are voluntarily taking the deferred resignation and the buyout on that too. So we have to see what happens, and I would hope that what's happening really, hospital by hospital, location by location, say what do we need in our area. Now, Western Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is the fourth highest number of veterans in America. And Western Pennsylvania, a couple 100,000, the ones that qualify for using the VA. So of that, recognize you may have 5 or 10% with some serious problems. There's a lot of work left to do. So the way these things are being done is a great concern for us.
Let me jump in here with an example because this is actually astounding. So Scott Griffin, Special Forces, paratrooper, intense combat, Afghanistan, Syria, Iraq, put him on a combat cocktail, drugs taken simultaneously for nightmares, migraines, anxiety, depression, gastrointestinal distress, erectile dysfunction. At various times, he was on at least 3 and as many as 9 central nervous drugs at once. Doc, he experienced nightmares, brain fog, and they told him that he was at risk from the drugs. He became a lab rat. He ended up in a barrel, sir, with a gun in his mouth. What the hell are we doing here, man? How do we stop, Doc?
That's sad, and that's a case of someone, obviously don't know him, but someone who we would hope be monitored more closely. So when you're looking at things for gastrointestinal problems, maybe looking at someone who's had side effect from medications.
Yep.
When you're looking at someone may need medication for ED, many of these drugs cause a man's libido to plummet.
Yep.
And so it's medications to take care of the side effects of medications, then to take care of the side effects of the side effects. Wow. And this is where very careful look. One thing one also has to note here is this person seeing the same doctor with every visit. There could be turnover. We don't have that. People saying, well, let me try something else. I recall a case of someone, I'll leave this totally anonymous, where I knew he had dozens, if not 100 bottles of medication in his bedroom and in the table outside his bedroom. And I lined them up by chronological order and could see them getting increased levels of the medication each time. What was really noteworthy is the bottles weren't opened.
Oh.
So when his calls back to his doctor, they say, how are you doing? He says, I'm not doing well. Well, then we'll try another medication.
Oh.
Now, if someone's refusing to show up for counseling, it's hard to do that. You need the hands-on. And so what's the lesson here for veterans? Don't give up. Go and ask questions. If you're not satisfied with what's taking place, ask more questions. Ask to see someone else. Consult with it. If you feel you're taking too many medications because you're in a brain fog, you can't function anymore, you must raise those questions with someone. And if you have a primary care provider outside the VA, talk to them too. But make sure your counselor's well aware. And here's another thing with that. Many counselors have no experience themselves of being a veteran or a first responder. We need more people who do that, who have that experience and really know those things. It isn't the same as taking care of someone with another kind of trauma or problems.
Dr. Tim Murphy, I got to read this list to you, man, because
yeah, sure.
This one guy, and I apologize, I don't know these names. Bupropion, clonazepam, duloxetine, escitalopram, fluoxetine, prazosin, rizatriptan, sertraline, trazodone. Just one guy. One guy.
And you'll see a lot of these people would take a lot of pretty significant pain medication like Oxycontin. They may take melatonin or other medications for sleep because we know sleep disorders, a lot of zolpidem and other ones for sleep. One really has to be very careful. And it really is for these veterans. If you have questions about it, raise those questions because you're totally legitimate in this. We got to get you back engaged in the world and stop just the idea of the onslaught of pills because that's not going to be the whole answer. I look upon medication as it's a bridge, it's not a destination.
So, Dr. Tim Murphy, listen to this. I just get this live text. Hey, this is Brian. I work here at the VA. This is crazy. We're having similar circumstances with our vets. Most of the vets don't trust the doctors here in the ER. Is that fair? Is that accurate, sir?
Well,
Do you believe
that's from someone who's there.
He's in there. He's there live right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of veterans who say they get excellent care. It depends what it is.
I hear that.
I don't want to bash everything there.
That's right.
They do a lot of good work.
You're right.
But when it comes to mental health cases, I really feel that because of the distance traveled and what's involved, it can be overwhelmed. If you have to make weekly visits with someone, doing it online or having other places location is what's important. But there's a lot of inefficiencies in the system, too. I applaud Secretary Collins, Doug Collins. I work with him in Congress. He's a really good man. And I think he's really trying to make some big change on things for efficiency.
Hey, Doc,
it happens.
If I'm on 10 drugs, psychotropic drugs and 19 painkillers, I'm in a fog. I'm a zombie, right? I'm tofu. I am useless as a human being. That can't be helpful, sir, in the long run.
Well, if the person feels that and they begin to feel useless, that's a bad sign for depression and their risk for suicide. And it is very important. Don't be afraid to call in extra help. One thing about veterans, when you know you're in trouble in combat, you call in for help.
Nice.
So don't be afraid. Don't feel like I'm only at the VA. That's the only ones I can use. Reach out to other people. Talk to other vets, other friends. Who do you see? Who you're trying to help with? And, of course, always bring it up to the VA. I don't like this way things are going. And if you feel there's problems, it's important to raise the complaints. I'm sorry that I wish there was a better way that someone didn't just have to call an ombudsman or a complaint department for that. But when you're on that many drugs, something's not right. It's not right.
Dr. Tim Murphy, my brother, thank you for the truth, my man. You help a lot of people. Thank you, sir.
All right. God bless. Take care.
He's the absolute best there is.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius. or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Upside presents Locals Just Know. In Pittsburgh, there are things that you just know. Like on game day, you can wear whatever you want, as long as it's black or yellow.
Look, Mom, I dressed myself. That's great, honey, but it's game day, and you're wearing Eagle colors. Let's go swap that shirt.
Well, here's something not all Pittsburghers know yet. You can now earn Upside cash back at hundreds of nearby restaurants, gas stations, and grocery stores. Even local favorites like Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get Go. The best part? With Upside, you can earn cash back on top of your credit or debit card rewards and loyalty programs like My Perks from Giant Eagle. Download the free Upside app, and soon you'll feel like every day is game day. For a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PITT03. That's promo code PITT03 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. Upside. Cashback smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Lunch was great. Lawrenceville is such a fun spot.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. After service in the Army's elite Delta Force unit, Tyler Gray struggled with his own mental health. In his book, Forged in Chaos, he shares the flaw in the modern medical community's labeling these issues as merely PTSD.
And so I sought out to try and figure out what I felt was the real disease. And when somebody tells you that all of your problems, everything bad in your life right now revolves around 4 letters, at best, that's a gross oversimplification. And I think we are putting money, time, and effort and resources into those 4 letters. I think that's a symptom, but I don't think it's the core disease.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
There's this amazing woman, Maureen, that's like a family to me. She's like my sister, and she's a poet, and she's a mother, and she writes this stuff to me that should be published. It's just so good. About my show and my family and her life and her son. There's a point to this. I was on the air one day, and at the same time, simultaneously, the director of the VA was on the air with us, live. And Maureen, who's the most dedicated, loving mother I've met. I love this woman. She knows that. Hope she's listening. She was with her son, and he was, her words, not mine, suicidal and homicidal. It's just, can you imagine? This is her boy. He was a vat, PTSD, I mean, really depressed and anxious. And you know, they've had vets kill themselves in the parking lot of the VA. I'm not disregarding or disrespecting the VA. They do magnificent things with what they have, just like any other healthcare system. It's flawed, but they love taking care of vets, okay? She couldn't get in to the VA. She couldn't get her son help. And he was, again, legit suicidal, homicidal. She was in a panic. I just texted her about him. I think it was Sunday. I don't know. I lose track. And the director of the VA was on with us, and she immediately interceded. I got him into a program here in Pittsburgh. They have this housing, really cool. I didn't know about this till I met him. And he was in that housing for like 3 or 4 months. Saved his life. Kind of checked on his medications, balanced him out, counseled him, saved his life. That's a fact. We're 5 years down the road. He's been promoted multiple times. He's a big shot with the company. And credits that intervention and his mom in the serendipitous moment where the director of the VA was on live with us at the same time that he was desperate for help for saving his life. All veterans are not that lucky. They're just not. It's a hell of a trip and a hell of a road because a hell of a lot of them are troubled. And man, if you read this piece in the Wall Street Journal, it kind of explains itself. It's a massive problem. And they're now cutting people. Huh? I have found in my career that they love veterans until they don't, and they don't once they're out, for the most part. And ask a veteran, a lot of them feel that way. Disrespected, disengaged, ignored. And sometimes, as a result, they take their own life. And when a doctor puts you on 10 drugs, my man, you're up against it. They're trying to treat them, but that does not help them. You can't, man. I'm not judging these docs, man. That's a tremendously difficult job. There is not, and let me say this, there is not one person I've ever met that is either schizophrenic, manic depressive, not one, that has anxiety, all that stuff, that doesn't believe they feel better when they're off their meds. Just telling you, man. I cannot tell you how many times I've asked family members what happened to him. He's off his meds. Why? He hates how he feels. It's not an easy battle, and the battle continues. If we can somehow help, we will do everything to do that, like we did for that young man who's flourishing. Email me, getmarty@kdkradio.com, getmarty@kdkradio.com. Please, please, don't let yourself fall into that dark hole like this young man I just referred to who's in a barrel with a gun in his mouth on 10 meds. Don't do that.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do?
Okay, try me.
What about a programmer?
That is a job for someone with autism.
What about a teacher?
That is a job for someone with autism.
Oh, how about a healthcare worker?
Yes, those are all jobs for someone with autism. The truth is, qualified people with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas and beliefs. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes don't recognize the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
Ooh, what about a ranch hand?
Yeah! Sure, that's a job for someone with autism too. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win. That's autismspeaks.org/win.
My dad served in Vietnam, the 82nd Airborne Division. He never talked about it, and my mom knew not to ask. So Dad buried himself in work and self-medicated, and would lose his temper sometimes. Loud noises would put him on edge. It got rough, so I finally said to him, Dad, you gotta get help.
As a family member or friend, you may be the first to notice when a veteran you love has been going through changes. Things like withdrawing, drinking more, or increased anger could be a sign of a larger health concern, but help is available.
Dad finally went to VA for one-on-one and group therapy and got some really great tools to help him manage things. And I got my dad back.
Listen to hundreds of inspiring stories at maketheconnection.net and learn how you can support the veterans in your life. Treatment works. Recovery is possible.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 74 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A Westmoreland County man and 3 co-conspirators are facing weapons and drug trafficking charges following an undercover operation. This is Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
The men are accused of selling drugs and heroin with fentanyl. The state attorney general's office says David Jeffries, James Womack, and Shelton Payne all have prior felony convictions prohibiting them from having firearms. Andre Ellis Barnes was charged with selling drugs to an undercover officer. A statement says agents with the AG's office, Westmoreland County Drug Task Force, and 5 police departments coordinated to make the arrests and seize more than 47,000 doses of heroin laced with fentanyl and several high-caliber weapons. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A misrepresentation by a Penn Hills administrator of a no backpack policy is angering some parents. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has that story.
In a clarification statement released to the Penn Hills community by Superintendent John Masako, it states in part, students are permitted to bring backpacks, including athletic and oversized bags, to school. However, please note that these may be subject to additional screening upon entry. During the school day, students will be expected to store their backpacks in their lockers and carry only their school-issued laptop bags or small personal items to class. One parent on social media says this is going to cause a lot of students to be late to class, as the hallway traffic will be insane, and another expressed her displeasure with how the policy was handled, stating it should have been given greater consideration by a diverse group of stakeholders and community members before finalizing it. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The big sign on Mount Washington has changed. The Pond Lahaki ad on the billboard above the Golden Triangle had replaced the ad for Iron City Beer earlier this year. Now the personal injury law firm's ad includes a Steelers logo. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 469 points, and NASDAQ down 366. The S&P 500 is down 80. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon with a high of 79, then clear and cool tonight. Low 53 in outlying areas, 57 in the city. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontier show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we go. We've made it. Friday. Yep, big show today. Can't wait. 2 to 6 right here. KDKA.
If you have some extra change, go to American Eagle and buy those jeans. I called them a couple times. They're flying off the shelves. I'm not kidding. Their stock is up 10%, and it had been in a slump. Good. I hope they make billions. Morons. I'm not a big boycott fan, but I love when boycotts backfire. I'll give you a couple examples when folks decided they hated Chick-fil-A. Yeah. Because they're closed Sundays and they hate, who did they hate? Anyone who was gay. It's a flat-out, bald-faced lie. They give thousands of scholarships to folks who are of all genders and identifications and ethnicities. It's one of the best companies in American history. I'm serious. It's insanely cool. And so that crap came out and their sales blew up. A couple of local ironic situations. The Trump folks stopped in at Sarah's Candy. You know I'm tight with Billy Sarah's. I love them. I love the family. I love their business. I covered their chocolate. So the freaks got wind of the fact that Trump and his people were in there. They went nuts on them. Nuts. I hate you, blah, blah, blah. Sales jumped 30%. One more story. Was it Trump's son? Yeah. Dropped in at Oakmont Bakery. Mark didn't ask him. Secret Service called and said he's showing up. They showed up. Who cares? The haters cared. Threatening Mark. You suck. Your business sucks. Your family sucks. Business jumped 40%. Huh? So, this gorgeous actress, Sydney Sweeney, she's hot as fire, according to every guy I know, because I don't notice this stuff. She does these ads. They're kind of sexy for American Eagle and jeans, and then GENES, good jeans. And so the freakazoids turned this into a white supremacist Nazi movement. Huh? Who? Patrick, we've been at this a while. Have we ever seen the lunatics this loony over something so innocuous? Have we?
I don't think so. Not this crazy.
Your wife's in the business. His wife is a big shot in the fashion industry and worked for them for how long?
19 years for American Eagle.
So I called his wife, and she don't want to get involved politically. Why should she? But she confirmed that they're selling the crap out of them. I hope they sell every single jean they've ever made to prove these people who have way too much free time wrong. You know who agrees with me? One of my favorite people on earth. The best-selling author. I now know an author who's had her book still on the New York Times bestseller list. The rock star writer who loves the fame and barely returns phone calls as a result. Selena Zito.
That is so not true. I'm responding to your text at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Are you in a limo? Are you in a private jet? Or are you having breakfast with Trump? What the hell is it right now?
Don't even ask me about my car. My car died. My car died after 12 years, and I am so depressed that I have to get a new car.
I'll hook you up. I got connections there, sister.
Okay.
Or get one of those limos from Trump. He's your boy.
No, hey, I'm not a limo person.
I told her yesterday because I love her. We're like family. I've known her forever. God bless her. I don't know any reporter in history, and maybe there are, and I just don't pay attention, where the president calls them 8 times in a day just to see if she's okay after he was shot, right? That's astounding, isn't it? It's astounding.
It is very astounding. And, you know, had I been any other reporter, and this is in the book, Butler, But I suspect had I been any other reporter, I probably would have pressed him. But I could tell he was going through something, and I was going through something as well. And so I just let him flesh it out while I just listened.
I love it.
You know, did I think it would turn into a book? No. Or a movie? No. However, it was a very historical moment, and it happened in our backyard.
And truth be told, this is a fact, Jack. No one wanted the book initially. No one, right?
No. No one was interested at all. And look, I mean, who would think that a Yinzer would be the #1 New York Times bestseller, right? And still on there going into week 4.
Hell yeah.
It's because of regular people. You know, no national, you know, like CBS, NBC, ABC had me on talking about it.
Hold on. Oh, this is so relevant. This is why guys and gals like her, we get annoyed with the narrative is so biased. And I've said this, and she knows how I feel. The liberal mainstream media, and she named some of them like CNN. But you were on CNN, right?
I was on CNN. Yeah. Yes, I was on with Jake Tapper, who I've known for 20 years.
Yeah, he's pretty smart. Comes off as kind of pompous, but he's smart.
He's good people.
Yeah, he does a hell of a job for them. But the mainstream, the network people, even the local people here ignored it as if nothing happened. Right?
Like it never even happened. And you know, the New York Times didn't review it. I work for the Washington Post, and they didn't review it. But it's because of regular people, and it's not just about that day.
No.
It's about showing up in places like East Palestine. It's about showing up in places like Butler and Johnstown, right? And it's very much about the sense of place. You know, 8 out of 10 people in Allegheny County live within 4 miles of where they grew up. We're very rooted people, and that impacts how we vote.
You got love from 2 talk hosts, me and Colin, right?
Yeah,
right.
I did.
That's all I'm saying. We get it. Hey, let's get to this boycott crap, because one of my boys sent me a note, and he's right. You remember when they went nuts, Patrick, because Vance went into Permanis, they were never going back to Permanis again. This whole boycott thing, Selena, is so damn ignorant, isn't it?
It's so silly. And honestly, I was just like super busy, so I wasn't paying attention till a couple days in. And I looked at the ad, and I'm like, my God, that was my uniform at Perry High School. I mean, we were always like one jean jacket short of wearing a Canadian tuxedo, right? And it was all, you know, when I went to Perry High School, this was a very racially diverse class in the 70s. Everybody, I mean, I think my class was 60 or 70% black, and they're calling it racist. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Every girl I went to high school wore a jean shirt and jean pants. Like, that was our uniform. And it was awesome. Or a flannel shirt. Flannel shirts were big, or this quilt patch, like, sort of jean shirt was also big. But I don't, like, understand it.
Yeah, you do.
But I do know that I went and
You get it. Big time get it.
I do
This
get
is the
it.
hate in America today. They turn this gorgeous woman into a friggin' Nazi. What is that?
Well, a lot of it has to do with my profession.
Right.
A lot of it does.
It does.
Because they fuel the fire in it, and they write big. Why are we writing a think piece about jean shirts? There's so much going on in this world. Why are we writing a 3,000-word think piece about jean shirts and jeans and jeans?
Yeah, idiots.
Like, this is the American uniform.
Right.
We all love this. We just don't wear the 3-piece. We don't add the jacket because that's a Canadian tuxedo, and that's just a bridge too far.
Hey, what's bizarre is that you've seen these social media stuff. These people, they're losing their minds over this. I can't imagine what their real life's like if they stub their toe or something. If they're losing, they're going insane. This woman, you need to cancel this girl. You need to burn down this store. You need to hate. What the hell? What the hell are we doing?
Also, the premise I think people really need to be more thoughtful. The premise is, okay, she said gene, good genes,
Right.
like a play on the word
Right,
gene.
of course.
If anybody had their DNA done, they would know that our genealogy comes from all over the world.
It does.
And we have a percentage of something from somewhere.
That's right.
Right? So saying you have good genes is actually like multi-world, right? Like that's everybody. It's inclusive. It's not exclusive.
Come on. I got to say something about you. That's why I love her, and I have for. We've been friends forever. You said something because I was talking to her for a long time yesterday, and I said, "What does your family think? What do your brothers? What's your siblings think about you being on the bestseller list?" What'd you say?
Well, my baby sister Heather was like all in and crying.
Yeah.
My other sister and brother, they haven't even acknowledged
it. They don't even know.
But it's like I don't know that they know, but that's good because my family's just like super grounded, and it's not about like what'd you do at work today.
You gotta get some love when you make the New York Times bestseller list, sister. Come on, man.
My mom and dad would slap me if I had a level of expectation that I should get anything other than like, hey, what's up, sis?
I don't know, man. I think it's cool as hell. She's got another plan for another great novel, which I'm not allowed to talk about, so I won't. But I am all in on this jeans crap. I am begging people to go out and buy these jeans. I might buy a pair. I'll show them.
Oh, I did.
Good.
Oh, I went and bought a pair of jeans and a white T-shirt.
Good for you.
But by the way, I have bought American Eagle jeans forever. I don't know if they're still a Pittsburgh-based company.
Yeah,
Are they?
Right, Patrick. Patrick, your wife worked there how long?
19 years. Yeah, they're still headquartered on the south side.
He said something yesterday that was actually important.
I'm a homegirl.
Patrick said something important yesterday, and I agree with him. They haven't been on the map in forever. This puts them out there for the first time in a long time for something.
I have always loved their jeans.
Yeah.
Always loved their jeans. They've always been comfortable, very affordable, and you always want to give love to your hometown's businesses.
But let's be honest, because my man...
That hits all my criteria.
Right on. My man did some research. My man, their campaigns are multi-ethnic, multiracial. They do backflips to please everyone.
Absolutely. And they, well, in fact, this is even raising money. This campaign... a portion of the proceeds are being donated to, I forget what the organization is.
Regardless.
They're doing good with this. And if you go through their YouTube page where you can find all these videos, it's, you're looking at the rainbow. There are, models and actors and actresses from every race, creed, and color from around the world on there. It's wild.
Every size and shape. They also make, if you wear cowboy boots like I do, they make the best bootleg jeans in the country, hands down.
Like whenever you're just chilling with Trump, does he ever say, "What's up with Marty?" Like, what's up with him? Does he ever say that, Trump? Selena, I love you, sister.
I love you guys.
Marty who? Appreciate you. Go get those jeans. Send us a pic with you in the jeans, please.
I do have a picture of President Trump, me interviewing President Trump with a pair of American Eagle jeans on.
Boom.
And a pair of cowboy boots that I got in Missouri.
Love it. Thank you, Selena.
Thank you, guys. You have a great day.
#1 bestseller, New York Times. How you doing?
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 40-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term life insurance may only cost you about $100 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance to buy $1 million of affordable term life for you. All you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-770-0850. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-770-0850. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life insurance, call 800-770-0850. 800-770-0850.
August is Pet Appreciation Month. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, starting at just $129 plus 15% off pet odor treatments, and take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com.
7 races, 7 dogs, and KDKA Radio. Colin Dunlap takes his show on the road in support of the Wiener 100 race at EQT Park as part of the Bark in the Park night on August 19th before the Wild Things game. Find out if your wiener dog is eligible to race by clicking on the events page at KDKARadio.com. Hot dogs, baseball, the Wiener 100 race, and Colin Dunlap. Only on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Job growth cooled big time over the past 3 months, more evidence that the labor market is shifting into a lower gear. Payrolls increased by just 73,000 in July after the prior 2 months were revised down by nearly 260,000. The unemployment rate ticked up to 4.2%, matching estimates. The numbers reflecting declines in manufacturing, professional and business services, as well as government. U.S. factory activity contracted in July at the fastest pace in 9 months, dragged down by a faster decline in employment as orders continued to shrink. The Institute for Supply Management's manufacturing index decreased 1 point last month to 48. The gauge has now been below 50, which indicates contraction for 5 straight months. In the oil industry, ExxonMobil posting better than expected results after robust oil production from the Permian Basin and Guyana cushioned the impact of lower crude prices. Meanwhile, Chevron beating expectations and raising its cash flow outlook after boosting oil production to a record. I'm Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Boycott silliness has become more and more prevalent. Remember the dude who had the spice? He had some spice. Remember the spice place in the Strip?
Penzies.
Yeah. He endorsed, would he endorse Biden?
He put an anti-Trump whole rant out.
They went off.
Oh, yeah.
They went off on Spice Man. I don't know.
Orange Spice.
Oh, he just... And the chief sent me this note about Permanis. These Jagoffs, I ain't never going down there again. That Vance guy's a Jagoff. Shut up. Shut up. You can't even spell Permanis. Do something that matters, man. Come on. I ain't buying them damn jeans. No, that chick, she's a Nazi, is she? Really? I don't even know what a friggin' Nazi is. Dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. The company has thousands of employees. They're based here in Pittsburgh. They work their asses off here. My neighbor was the CEO and chairman, and she started from the ground up, working the floor, and became the big shot boss. And I loved it because she was a woman, and I loved to see women in power, and I loved that American Eagle gave her that power. And this notion that somehow they're a bad company because they have this hot as fire model making a jeans commercial. Come on. And it isn't lost on any of us that in America today, this is how weird we are, that Beyonce did a very similar campaign, almost a knockoff with hot sex, and she's fine. She's amazingly hot. Was it Levi's? No one said a damn word. It's just where we're at. And it's unsettling, and it's unnerving. And I tell people, man, you got too much free time. Hey, we ain't never going down Permanis again. Yeah, that Jagoff Vance is in there, really. And I care why. So you're not going to go to Permanis because Vance was in there? Really? Wow, you have a high standard. I don't understand the whole, yeah, I'm going to boycott Saris because a Trump family was there, really? And Billy Saris, whose business jumps by 20 to 30% a year, he's concerned? No. No. In Sorreo? Come on, man. Trump's son dropped in. The Secret Service called him like an hour before, literally, and said, can he stop? And yeah, cool. The place was slammed. Some video got out. They got abused, man. They got threats. They honestly, it was brutal. It got ugly. And the truth of the matter is, Mark couldn't believe it. It's like we're answering threatening calls from idiots. We're just trying to sell some damn donuts. I think America's always been angry. I mean, go into the 60s. I mean, honestly, civil rights movement, the 70s, same kind of stuff, the end of the Vietnam War. It's just now what happens is Patrick and Marty show up at a scene. The Trump family comes in, we shoot a video, and then it's viral, and everybody hates them. It's not our intention, but you capture a moment, and the moment becomes inflamed. In this case, Sydney Sweeney, back in the day. So what would have happened was she'd have cut that sexy commercial like Cindy Crawford did, and she cut ads like this in jeans, or the Jordache girls, and the tight jeans, and the big boobs, and the slow motion running on the beach that no one gave a damn about because there was no social media, and all you had were drunks at bars saying, oh, man, she's hot. Not no mo. What it does is it gives every person with no job in mom's basement, rolled up in tattoos and angry because they don't look like Sydney Sweeney, a platform to go off. And they post a little video, but what happens is the right sees this and goes, oh, we're going to feed on this. So it gets out there. Patrick, it takes hours to go. It's bizarre. We've seen it happen. We've seen videos like we'll get a video and we'll post it, and he'll say, "Did you see what happened?" No. 1 hour, 80,000. Well, the next morning, 600,000. 2 million. This is what happens, right?
Yeah, and sometimes it can come days or even weeks
later.
later.
You're right. You said this, a delay in the...
Yeah, you never know what's going to set somebody off, and that's when it usually catches fire.
But hold on, your phraseology is very significant. It sets them off.
Yeah, there's got to be a controversy of some sort with 99% of these.
And some of it's sophomoric stuff like that girl's a Nazi because she's blonde with blue eyes and has big boobs. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not going nuts because people are agreeing with this person.
No! They want to burn that person down.
Oh, completely.
I told my wife, because there's a couple young ladies that lost their minds over this with nose rings and face tattoos. They were angry because this girl made these videos. And I said, that poor girl right now is under siege because your life turns upside down. People have to hide. They get threats. They have to go off of social media. They have to change their life because they made some idiotic comment, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of what they were trying to do in the first place, but sometimes it backfires.
No. Again, what you're saying is spot on. They have no idea what it's like to be burned alive on social media. And considering that a man went into a politician's office in Danville, Virginia this week and lit a politician on fire, considering that some stranger went into a building thinking he wanted to kill some NFL people but ended up in the wrong elevators and killed strangers, you got to be careful because the dynamic has changed. The dynamic has changed. People are willing to take action like they've never been willing to take action before. And oftentimes, it's violent action. And when you're young and dumb and you're creating what you think is a really cool TikTok video, I'm giving that Sydney Sweeney grief, and next thing you know, people are threatening to kill you, it hits home. And by the time it hits home, you're thinking of moving from your home. It gets that scary. I'm not justifying it or defending it. It's a hell of a bad movement, but it happens. All I'm suggesting is to hell with people boycotting jeans. I would buy the hell out of those jeans at American Eagle just because they're local, just because they work hard, just because they're good people. Forget the rhetoric. It's a great company, and they give a damn, and they love Pittsburgh, and that's all I need to know. Right? Right.
The KDKA Mobile News Fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
What does a teddy bear dream of? A teddy bear dreams of a best friend that tucks them in at night and wakes them up in the morning, who they share laughs and very secret secrets with. A best friend who they grow up with. What teddy bears don't dream of is being left alone, outside in the rain, in a shrine for school shooting victims who could have been their best friends.
School shootings are preventable. Learn the warning signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 74 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. A Westmoreland County man and 3 co-conspirators are facing weapons and drug trafficking charges following an undercover operation. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
The men are accused of selling drugs and heroin with fentanyl. The state attorney general's office says David Jeffries, James Womack, and Shelton Payne all have prior felony convictions prohibiting them from having firearms. Andre Ellis Barnes was charged with selling drugs to an undercover officer. A statement says agents with the AG's office, Westmoreland County Drug Task Force, and 5 police departments coordinated to make the arrests and seize more than 47,000 doses of heroin laced with fentanyl and several high-caliber weapons. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A misrepresentation by a Penn Hills administrator of a no backpack policy is angering some parents. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has details.
Aaron Vecchio, school board president, tells me a clarification statement was released today by the superintendent.
We're trying to make these kids as safe as possible. You're allowed to bring backpacks, you're allowed to bring your band bag, you're allowed to bring your athletics bag, you're allowed to bring all that. But your backpack will stay in your locker, and the band bag and the athletic go into the band office and the athletic office.
When asked about parents' concerns regarding the transportation of books from one class to another, Vecchio responds.
The only people that have books are the AP classes, and they're in the classroom. So mostly everything that's in their backpack is their personal belongings.
Vecchio asks parents to address their concerns to the superintendent directly and not on social media. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Residents in Oakland and several other city neighborhoods are wondering why their trash hasn't been collected. And it sparks some back and forth on Grant Street. News Radio KDK's David Bollerado has more.
The Gainey administration Thursday night sent a press release saying one of the biggest reasons for the delay in trash pickup has to do with the city controller not making full payment on repair invoices issued earlier this year. The administration says that means several garbage packers are not available. But City Controller Rachel Heisler says that's not the reason why 40 of the 61 trash packers have been in the shop.
The trash packers are breaking down because they're old, and I'm doing everything I can in the position I'm in to make sure that we're not paying for services that we aren't receiving.
She tells Marty Griffin the problem precedes the Gainey administration. As for the payments in question, she had received an invoice for $706,000 in April for January work. When she asked for more information, the work totaled $657,000, and that's what she paid. David Valorado, News Radio, KDKA.
A Robinson Township restaurant reopened Friday after an immigration raid in June. Typhoon reopened for business today after being closed for nearly 2 months. A note on the door says the closure was due to short staffs. Typhoon confirmed they plan to be open every day moving forward. The Asian restaurant is known for its dishes inspired from Thailand, Vietnam, China, Korea, and Japan. ICE agents showed up at the restaurant at the Settlers Ridge Plaza on June 6th. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 596 points, the Nasdaq down 490, the S&P 500 down 108. KDK Sports, Friday Night Lights for the Steelers tonight at Latrobe Memorial Stadium. The weather will never be better. It gets underway at 7 p.m. Pirates and Rockies tonight in Denver. First pitch, 8:10. KDK Radio News Time, 103. Right now, it is sunny and 74 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
It's the event that celebrates young excellence, the 16th Annual Shine Awards, Sunday, August 3rd at the Pittsburgh Playhouse, 350 Forbes Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. Experience the red carpet, inspiring honorees, and a night that uplifts our next generation of leaders. Tickets are just $10. Available now at pittsburghplayhouse.com or by calling the box office at 412-392-8000. For more information, visit theshineawards.org. And remember, you spell shine with a Y.
Upside presents Locals Just Know. In Pittsburgh, there are things that you just know. Like on game day, you can wear whatever you want, as long as it's black or yellow.
Look, Mom, I dressed myself.
That's great, honey, but it's game day, and you're wearing Eagle colors. Let's go swap that shirt.
Well, here's something not all Pittsburghers know yet. You can now earn Upside cash back at hundreds of nearby restaurants, gas stations, and grocery stores. Even local favorites like Giant Eagle, Market District, and Get Go. The best part? With Upside, you can earn cash back on top of your credit or debit card rewards and loyalty programs like My Perks from Giant Eagle. Download the free Upside app, and soon you'll feel like every day is game day. For a limited time, get a 10% bonus on your first purchase with promo code PITT03. That's promo code PITT03 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. Upside. Cashback smarter. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be sunny with low humidity and a high of 79. Then clear tonight, cool with lows of 53 to 57. Sunny, high 78 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, here's my question, AI. Are you familiar with Joanna Dovin, AI Pittsburgh?
Oh, yeah. Joanna Dovin's a big deal around Pittsburgh. She's the executive director of the AI Strike Team, pushing to make the city a global AI hub. She's also the CEO of Primo Consultants, advising on economic growth and AI strategy, and was one of the youngest mayoral press secretaries in the U.S., handling stuff like Pittsburgh's 2009 G20 Summit. Anything specific you want to know about her work?
What's her next big event with AI, her summit?
Joanna Dovin's next big event is the AI Horizons 2025 Summit, happening on September 11th and 12th at Bakery Square in Pittsburgh. It's focused on physical AI, like robotics and autonomous systems, with big names like Governor Josh Shapiro and Senator Dave McCormick attending to talk AI job growth and competitiveness.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else?
That's so cool. And I did it because she knows it. Joanna joins me. That's where we're at, is it not, sister? Right?
Scott, I'm sitting here. I'm like, am I living in the real world?
Seriously.
And also, I'm actually really impressed with you, Marty, that you're diving in and using this technology. What did you use? Chat?
It's Patrick.
Patrick?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Grok.
It's Grok. Yeah, I'm like a child with like a whole bunch of new toys. He showed this to me. I've been using it for a week now. But, Joe, it kind of blows your mind, but it's kind of where you're at, is it not?
It is. I think we can accelerate innovation. We can accelerate entrepreneurship. Everything can be propelled because of AI. And the sooner that we educate and get people to play with the adoption of it, then our region, our city, our state will grow. So we're trying to really bridge that gap between, this technology is here, and actually the people in our backyard are developing it in very big and hard ways. So autonomous vehicle driving developed in Pittsburgh, Waymo, Aurora, physical AI, Gecko Robotics, that story. I mean, taking trillions of data points and making sense of them in seconds so that humans can spend more time doing things that are creative, that are fun, that are productive. It's an exponential curve of innovation, and it's happening as we speak. And sometimes I do pinch myself because I saw this coming, right? Yep. And I was like, hey, guys, hey, Pittsburgh, and I was screaming about it.
She did.
And look, there was early believers. It's not just me, right?
Right.
And now we're at this moment where all the effort is you're seeing it happen. You've Governor Shapiro leaning in, Senator McCormick leaning in, and people like you, Marty, to be honest.
Hey, Joe, and she's about as honest as they come, and she's been in back rooms where lies are told on a daily basis, and it gets kind of old for both of us sometimes. However, so is this just rhetoric, Joe, press releases at big shot turnout and news conferences, or are we at the money's moving and they're getting ready to shovel dirt point? Where are we at?
Well, the AI economy is not just data centers, okay?
Right.
However, the enabling layer of AI needs energy. Yep. It needs workforce to build the energy, the pipelines, the natural gas, the advanced nuclear, the data centers, all the raw materials. So it needs the people, the energy. So there's a lot of job creation going on in AI infrastructure, a ton.
Sure.
But then you go up the stack, and then there's new companies that are spinning out of Carnegie Mellon, Pitt, and other universities that are creating jobs and advancing innovation, and then driving the need for more data centers, which is more jobs. And it's really it's a virtuous cycle it's a flywheel cycle. So the more that we turn on our economy in all aspects of the AI layer, the more job creation we'll have. We have more job creation, we have more taxes coming to schools, coming to state and local government. And then what does that do? It creates another virtuous cycle of investments in public infrastructure, in public safety. People then want to locate and live where there's that kind of vibrancy. It's like it's turning it on.
Joanna Dove in the AI strike.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah, please go. Please.
And it's the impact of innovators in Pittsburgh that they're having, the outsized impact in the global economy. So if you look at a company like Carnegie Robotics, right?
I know them.
They, Mike Imbreggio is great, but any hard robotics system, autonomous system used by our military, used by our defense contractors, most if not all are developed there, are spun off there. And right now they're creating a device that a soldier would wear. It's called Card Shark. It's on their website. but powered by NVIDIA GPUs or chips, right? Wow. And it's a vest that they wear that is it's a computer they're wearing, right? That syncs up with satellite data and has computer vision to say, oh, through that wall,
that's amazing.
Friendly.
That's amazing.
Don't fire.
That's amazing.
Through that wall, there's a sniper. Get down. It's so like just thinking about the future of safety for our men and women that are keeping us having the freedoms we have. Innovations to keep them safer happening in Pittsburgh. Then you go to healthcare. A bridge. Shiv Rao founded the company here in Pittsburgh, spun out of CMU. Yep. Was a UPMC cardiologist. I talked to a doctor that just 6 months ago adopted a bridge. The doctor is she's a neurologist. She's getting her time back to not worry about all the note taking that they'll spend 3 hours a day note taking, right? A bridge is doing that for doctors and then some. It's helping to improve care by predicting patterns using lots of data. And this doctor is now getting home earlier and able to have dinner with her children, right? It's quality of life stuff at scale. And the innovation flywheel, there's something called, the scaling law or Moore's law. And when you see this kind of innovation, it doubles, and it's exponential. So I think, for anyone listening, play around with AI, start reading about it, and do not be afraid of it, because we are afraid of things that we don't know, right? Fear of the unknown. Once you start to read about it and you truly understand it, the only fear anyone should have is that we don't do it. We don't adopt it, because then we get leaped and we get passed up by other states, by other countries. And then we don't win the economic race.
So one of my boys is Jay Ketterinsik, and you know that MVP Magarak, Venture Capital funded my company, and I complained to him that I know 3 19-year-old Carnegie Mellon boys. One of them is my daughter's boyfriend, who got all their businesses funded by Y Accelerator, and they moved from Carnegie Mellon to San Francisco. And I said, Jay, we got to bring those boys back here and grow those companies here. So then I see Jay's throwing money at this, because Jay believes in that too, does he not? Growing it here.
Yeah, it's Jay's a perfect example of Pittsburgh entrepreneur, working to seed the next large startup spinning out of our universities and keep them here.
Yes.
And what Jay needs is more capital, so that if venture capital in Pittsburgh is seeding the companies in Pittsburgh, then you have that stickiness where you can say to them, we want you to be near us, because we're not just providing you capital. We're providing you mentorship and connections and know-how. So there is an urgent need to really create a stronger venture capital network here in Pittsburgh. We're going to be talking about that at AI Horizons, and we have to take big risks and make big plays right now.
Hey Joe, right? Joe, before you go, I gotta be selfish and suggest this, because I've told Christine, and she knows very well, my wife. I've said our son can now stay here and work in the field he wants to, robotics. Same with your kids, Joe. This is real, ma'am, right?
It's real.
It's real.
It is real.
It's real.
It is, and when you know, you know. Marty, you're an intuitive guy. Like, you just know. You can't fake this stuff. I can't fake my excitement about it. As you know, I don't need to be doing this, right?
Don't.
It's real.
It is. Thank you, my friend. We go
You're
way back, man.
I'll see you soon.
Were you 20 years old when we met at the Heinz History Center? Were you 20?
Was I still in college?
I think you were. You were standing in front of that machine that Gary Cozen was selling stuff.
Listen, I was always a hustler.
Oh,
I think I was around 20. No, I think I was like 21 or something.
And you were running the mayor's office by the time you're like 23. Seriously.
Yeah.
And look at her now.
Yep.
I knew her when. Thanks, Joe. AI Joe. We got the doll ready.
See you, Marty.
Thank you.
Bye.
She's a star. And we don't get into it, but it's true. It ain't easy being a woman in that world. That's 98% white males. Just saying. And she commands attention. because she's a powerful leader.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-240-1465. 800-240-1465. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Here's a great tip for summer. Trust PJ Fitzpatrick for an energy-efficient new roof. Don't just trust us. Trust their thousands of 5-star reviews and their lifetime guarantee on materials and labor. The PJ Fitzpatrick team of experienced professionals installs most roofs in just one day. Set up a free design consultation this month and save thousands. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Visit trustpj.com today. That's trustpj.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Get Marty, brought to you by UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So that AI that I use to talk live, it's powered by, what would you think, Patrick? Thousands of processors? I mean, we kind of have to guess how it happens, but kind of sort of the processing.
Why don't we ask it?
Oh, wow.
I bet it can tell us.
Wow. Throw yours out. Use yours once.
I don't know what their data farm looks like. I have to change my settings before I can do that.
Where is it anyway? I don't even know where it is. Their data farm.
I'm sure there are multiple. They wouldn't just put it in one place. It's be spread out.
And there's several planned here locally. And massive amounts of money being spent. Massive. One of my people, I'm jumping back a minute here, but it's actually fascinating. A guy sent me a picture. This is wild. And I'm going to post this here in a second. We're talking about all of the Pittsburgh city vehicles that are broken down. This guy sent me a picture with several EMS ambulances on the back of a flatbed being hauled down 79 South. It's unbelievable. It's embarrassing, and it's obnoxious, and what you're doing is you're disintegrating what's left of any sort of hope that Pittsburgh is in a good place, because it's not, and we have to be honest with ourselves. We had Rachel Heisler, the controller, on live this morning. The mayor's office, in a backhanded way, accused her of withholding payment to the Fleet Service Company. And as a result, the mayor's office implying that's why your garbage is on the streets. Heisler's saying, stop the madness. That's a lie. Heisler's saying, look, we have this contract where we've been told we have to pay them $706,000 a month for maintenance, which is a lot of money. And she said, we audited them. It's actually wild. So they have this contract where they're supposed to pay this maintenance company $706,000 a month. So Heisler says, let's find out if they're earning their money. This actually happened. So she audits them. She goes back 6 months. 6 months ago. Again, paid them $706. Did $657. 5 months ago, paid them $706. Did $617,000. What? 5 months ago, paid them $706. Did $651,000 worth of work. What? 3 months ago, paid them $706. Did $651,000 worth of work. 2 months ago, paid them $706. Did $619,000 worth of work. Huh? Last month, paid them $706. Did $639,000 worth of work. You know what she said? I'm not paying you the rest. She saved the city $405,000. But here's the elephant in the room. On this show, she said, for the city of Pittsburgh to catch up, $200 million. $200 million to catch up with their vehicle problem. And check this out. How much do they have allocated for next year? Again, $200 million fixes it. Next year, $6 million. Oops. The year after, $3 million. Buys 1 fire truck and 2 dump trucks. Oops. The year after that, $3 million. Same scenario. So, you need $200 million to get back to even. And in the next 3 years, you're spending $12 million. Whoo! My math is not that good. But they're nearly $190 million short to fix this nightmare that is public transportation in the city of Pittsburgh. EMS, fire, maintenance, cops. And one of my boys just sent me a picture of a tow truck towing several EMS ambulances on the back of a flatbed. Not to Graceland, but to EMS graveyard. Isn't that special?
My name is William Yank. I'm a 23-year-old, 3-time leukemia survivor. One evening, my roommate was trying to talk to me, and I responded to him in a delirium of mess and confusion, and he said, we're going to the ER immediately. And came back with leukemia. They started me on chemos, they started me on a bunch of antibiotics, but the chemo wasn't exactly working. So my oncologist decided that he wanted to try me with CAR T-cell therapy. And it worked. Leukemia Lymphoma Society was this unforeseen blessing for me because I wouldn't have been able to get CAR T-cell therapy. We are about 9 months post-transplant and feeling very healthy, strong, and I live.
To give or get help, visit LLS.org.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends, weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life. But you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head. But you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. The Gainey administration says one of the reasons why residents of Oakland and other city neighborhoods are experiencing delays in trash pickups is because of mechanical issues with a number of its garbage trucks. The administration says not helping is that City Controller Rachel Heiser only made a partial payment for repair work that was done earlier this year. But Heiser tells KDKA's Marty Griffin she paid what an itemized invoice showed was due, even though an earlier invoice was asked for. Part of the problem is the wording of the contract with TransDev.
We don't get any input on the contract language, right? We are signing it that there is money available and we can pay our bills. And there is money available. And if this month the bill is $800,000, we can afford to pay that. But we should only be paying for work performed.
Heiser says the reason why so many trucks are in for repairs is because they're old. And the problem of not replacing them preceded Gainey when he was taking office. If you signed up for the Biden area repayment plan on that school loan, get ready to pay up. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
The Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE plan, was created by the Biden administration in 2023 to help student loan borrowers. When it got tied up in the courts and put on hold, the Biden administration moved all of the enrollees into zero-interest forbearance, meaning that their loans were temporarily placed on hold and interest stopped accruing. The Education Department under the Trump administration says resuming interest on the loans represents a measure of fiscal responsibility. The average monthly payment could rise $300 per month or $3,500 per year. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The city's first affordable housing community for LGBTQ seniors opens soon in Oakland. The 48 Union new build at the corner of Forbes and Craft Avenues will feature 35 federally subsidized apartments. And while anyone who meets the age and income requirements can live there, Jim Pfeiffer, the CEO of Presbyterian Senior Care Network, says it's going to be a special place.
You know that we have some special programming for you, that we have specially trained staff, and that we're going to be sensitive to your needs, and we're not going to allow any bullying or issues to occur that makes you feel like you can't live here as your best self, right?
Pfeiffer says that he hopes this inspires other developers to provide this similar type of housing. Carnegie Mellon's Pipes and Drums Band will compete on the international stage this month. The CMU musicians are going to the European Pipe Band Championships in Perth, Australia on August 9th. The World Championships in Glasgow, Scotland on the 15th. The university says it has the world's first undergraduate degree in bagpipe performance, tracing its Scottish roots back to founder Andrew Carnegie. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 630 points, the Nasdaq down 488. The S&P 500 is down 110 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Larry Richard with Andy Amrine from Evie True Value Hardware Store. Thanks, Andy, for introducing me to Harmony Organic Insect Control.
Harmony is your first true organic insect control on the market, Larry. It's good for fleas, ticks, spiders, bed bugs, ants, everything. All those nasty insects that are living in your house, you now have an organic way of controlling it. Harmony Organic Insect Control.
Go to harmonyoic.com, available at participating True Value Hardware stores.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus, offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Low humidity and sunshine this afternoon with a high of 79, then clear and cool tonight. Low 53 in outlying areas, 57 in the city. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard, host of the Big K Morning Show. Join us Monday, 5:30 until 10. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine. We'll check in with our Odyssey Sports Director, Jeff Hathorn, live from Steelers training camp.
You know what they say about the camera never lies?
Kinda.
So, rewind to yesterday. We get video of a mom getting upset at a hockey game. Okay? How long was the clip? 20 seconds? Yeah, kind of. 20 seconds. Mom goes off on the ref, gets in some kind of altercation with the ref, gets charged with assault. Okay? I get a couple lawyers on, ask a couple hockey guys. People are kind of split down the middle on their opinions. Okay? Her attorney Phil DiLacento is one of my boys. I've known him more than 20 years. He sent us the video. I want to play his clip so I can correct my version of the record because I have found more data. You'll understand in a minute. Please, Margo, thank you.
There was First Amendment rights of free speech being voiced loudly. You might not care for it. Others might not care for it, but that's life.
Right.
But I will tell you this. My client was not the first person to place hands on anyone. Now, granted, the argument is, well, the closing of the door. Well, you don't then touch the upper part of a female body when you're a male referee. And one thing I think is interesting that everyone needs to recognize on this case, because this goes to a lot of various issues in our society today. The other problem I had was when you look at this video, my client never, ever touches this referee. And what led up to that was not
Hold on a second, real quick. That's just not accurate. It's just not. I love Phil. He's defending his client. He does a hell of a job. He's had insane success. Hello. But that's not true. You can dissect the video all you want, but she does touch him, and he touches her, and she gets charged with assault. However, last night, folks who wanted more gave me more. That was about, what would you say, Patrick? What we posted yesterday was about half the video.
That's about right.
Yeah. So last night I sent it to Patrick, and he posted it. If you back the video up, here's what happened. And both of these are online. So this hockey game's going on. They're 12-year-old kids. Their son, hockey mom, hockey dad. Hockey dad now enters the equation. Their son gets hit by another kid, clearly, on the ice. Their son gets up. He goes all the way across the ice. And this is, we posted this. He blindsides their kid. He lays out. It's on the stream if you're watching right now. He lays out this kid. Does he not?
Yeah, their kid is the one that did the hitting, the blindsiding.
First, their kid gets hit, not like this.
Yeah.
He gets up. Daddy screams at him. You clearly see that.
Next play down.
Mommy starts going nuts. Honestly, she started then. Their 12-year-old goes all the way across and down the ice. And I had a couple of guys who know hockey say he targeted this kid, which, by the way, in this league, at that age is illegal by their rules. Patrick, he laid him out.
Yeah, and the kid did not see it coming.
No, it was a blind hit. Great observation and great way to say it. The kid gets up. He's 12. And he sprints across the ice with his arms in the air, celebrating the fact that he laid out this kid.
And the ref's immediately ushering him off the ice.
Dad, I know it's a little complex. In the longer video we were sent, Dad accelerates this by, first of all, going berserk when his son gets hit. And then second, goes berserk again, cheering for his son who laid out this kid. Laid him out. Dad goes nuts in the stands, does he not? I mean, Patrick, nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Mom and Dad lost their minds. It's not smart. I get a bunch of background. And by the way, this happens when you break a story, when you show this video. They have always had issues in terms of how they act in the stands. I got a couple problems with it. I know a bunch of refs that are now sending me info that this is why I don't want to ref anymore. This insanity. I have another video, which I cannot broadcast because I agreed not to, that shows Mom in the hallways after the game. Patrick, inflammatory at the least. Mom went
she's angry and ushering out expletives.
First of all, they're ordering her to get out of the arena. She's been banned.
Yeah. At this point, she's trespassing because they told her
she's never allowed to come back. Dad's not in the picture. Dad didn't hit anyone, didn't touch anyone. Dad just went nuts.
No. Dad didn't chase the referee down along the glass. He stayed in his seat.
She drops the F-bomb to one guy. She walks past him. Then a bunch of people are kind of egging her on. It's kind of ignorant. All their behavior is childish and really, really represents what I consider to be improper behavior. But what the hell do I know? She comes back at this guy and just goes off on him because he's videotaping her. And then he makes some rude comment about her son, escalating the madness even further. Did it not, Patrick?
Oh, yeah.
That being said, I don't think they should ever be allowed into a sports event again, especially not hockey. They can't control themselves. They just can't. Should she be charged with assault? I don't know. I sent all the videos to Phil DeLucente and said, my man, there's a lot more to this. I'll let a judge decide. He's defending his client. His notion that we have free speech, yeah, I guess we do, but they went nuts. It's just not. And here's the biggest picture of them all. This is how their kid is being raised. So now you have a kid who watches mom and dad accelerate this process by, number one, glorifying the fact that he pretty much knocked a kid out, glorifying the fact that this kid, their son, pulled out this illegal hit by the rules of that league, and then glorifying their rage and rewarding their son with their rage. It's bad, man, bad practice. I'm not a perfect dad. In fact, I'm a big F up, just big. Thank God I had my wife, or we'd all be in jail. However, this ain't me. I just don't pick fights. I don't bully people. I don't scream at hockey matches. I just don't do it. I just don't like it. And I can't make this a good thing. I can't defend mom. I was asked not to mention dad. We're not mentioning their names. But he's a player in this. And he's a factor in this. And if it gets back to him, I just hope he understands what he's doing with his kid. Well, my dad did it. My mom did it. What do you think I did it for? And they infer or imply that he's been kicked out of school before. I don't know the background. But it's supposed to be sports. They're supposed to have fun. They're supposed to be full of joy. And when you bring this, turn up the volume, insanity, it was. If you saw the video back in the hallway, and I agreed not to use it, and I have to stick to my word, you would be afraid for mom because she needs some serious counsel. And you're worried about how the kid ends up at the end of the day because you want your kid to be balanced. You don't want him to have this trigger that dad had when dad glorified this illegal hit. And then mom had when she decided that when her son laid out this kid, that somehow it was the 17-year-old referee's fault. I don't know if she assaulted that ref. It'll be up to a judge. We'll see what happens there. But she assaulted our senses and really set off a firestorm about parents and sports and how they raise their kids.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-581-1414. That's 800-581-1414. 800-581-1414.
Hey, what's up, flies? This is David Spade. Dana Carvey. Look, I know we never actually left, but I'll just say it. We are back with another season of Fly on the Wall. Every episode, including ones with guests, will now be on video. Every Thursday, you'll hear us and see us chatting with big-name celebrities. And every Monday, you're stuck with just me and Dana. We react to news, what's trending, viral clips. Follow and listen to Fly on the Wall everywhere you get your podcasts.
Progressive Insurance, with insurance for cars, home, boat, motorcycles, RVs, and commercial vehicles at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and Progressive.com.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
This special alert is for all Americans who own a vehicle. If you have a warranty that's about to expire or no warranty coverage at all, this message is for you. It's time to stop worrying about future car repairs today. Your vehicle is essential, but unexpected breakdowns can derail your plans and your wallet. It's time to future-proof your ride with CarShield. CarShield offers a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that saves drivers thousands from out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Imagine if your engine quits or your transmission fails. You could pay a fraction of the repair cost. This protection plan is at an all-time low, and to give you even more peace of mind, drivers who activate today also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Don't wait for a breakdown to drain your savings. Future-proof your car with CarShield today and drive with confidence. Call CarShield for your free quick quote. Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. What do you have to lose? Call 800-908-8646. That's 800-908-8646. Again, 800-908-8646.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Alongside its quarterly earnings call, autonomous vehicle firm Aurora Innovation announced that its driverless trucks now operate at night. The company became the first company to operate an autonomous semi with no person in the driver's seat on public roads earlier this year, although it resumed operating with an observer at the request of one of its OEMs. CEO Chris Urmson said in the earnings call yesterday that the three vehicles still operate completely autonomously. Night driving is a key milestone for the company, and a milestone that came much sooner than expected. The company previously aimed to drive at night sometime during the fourth quarter. Also, having its federal funding eliminated, WQED Multimedia announced it's laying off 19 employees. The positions eliminated were primarily in marketing, membership, and production departments. WQED said it's offering financial support to impacted employees, including severance and continued company-paid benefits through the end of the calendar year. Congress and the Trump administration cuts to public broadcasting included a direct loss of $1.8 million annually, and WQED noted that it's also preparing to absorb other new expenses. This includes music licenses that were previously paid for by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, as well as grants from other federal agencies that have been suspended. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Gotta talk about our business for a minute. Full disclosure. We're in what you could best describe as a spiral. I don't care what the media outlet is. I don't care what the network is. Everything's changed. It's just kind of scary. And someone like myself and Patrick, we kind of run the race, man. We've seen the highs and lows, the ebb and flow, whatever cliche you want to use. But this is different. I remember, actually, because KDK has always been this monolithic, iconic monster. Still are, across the market. However, even that has changed. But I remember when my boy Sheehan, who I love, Andy Sheehan is one of my closest friends, came over from the Post-Gazette. It was before I started, but that's when the Post-Gazette was going under. They had a strike. They had two papers at Pittsburgh Press, Post-Gazette. And the reason why that happened is because the market was weak. And that was, 30 years. It's been a decline ever since. The truth of the matter is that the Trib was funded by a billionaire. And I mean, he kept them afloat for 10 years?
Decades, plural. At least a couple.
We saw the numbers. It was crazy. God bless him. But my man wrote checks, and what he did was kept them afloat. They kicked ass, man. We use the reporters all the time.
Yep.
And what he did was he died. And it pretty much cut their legs out.
Yeah, as soon as he passed, the family cut those purse strings.
Yeah. But it was kind of a false thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like with public television. God bless QED. They've done some great stuff over the years. But I've talked to Patrick about this and others in the business for decades. I never thought we should give them a nickel. They should play the same way we play. Why the hell are we paying their bills? Made no sense to me. Not disrespecting anything they've ever done, but I thought it was ignorant. Why are we funding this crap? And so I saw they had layoffs this week. Okay, get in line. I use this story because I've been blessed. We've had this platform in it. We're actually growing in a crazy way. Streaming. We stream live all the time, and the numbers are now getting wild. And we had 20 million people on social media last month. So fine. But the monster itself is struggling. Media is. The networks are. Please. Big time. When I started KDKA, this is the truth, I counted, we have 40 reporters. 40. I mean, I think there was a day this week, KDKA TV had 3 reporters. 3. Hello. I'm not disrespecting them. I love them. My closest friends are there. I love them. I have been blessed, and we have been blessed to be able to provide this content, but what happens is the pie's now been cut into much smaller pieces, man. So let's say, and I'm just throwing a random number, let's say KDKA TV's 11 o'clock news had 100,000 people in the day, and they had a lot more than that. Now they have 20,000 at 11, maybe. I mean, and I love them. My wife's there, for God's sakes. And they're floundering. This world we live in is choking, man. Almost 6,000 newspapers have shut down in 5 years. Great. And I mean, using the Trib as an example, half the guys we used to bring on the air are gone, man. Gone. And they're good people, man. I love the newspapers. I love them. I use them all the time. They're amazing. One of the reporters did a profile piece on me and Christine when I had cancer. So what is that, 5 years ago? She said when she started at the Post-Gazette, they had nearly 300 reporters. When she was there leaving, they had 40, and now they probably have 30. I'm just saying. And most of it's sports. It's bad, man. It is. And you don't care, but you should. Newspaper reporters rock. They cover meetings that we hate because we're egotistical, narcissistic, radio, TV people. We love ourselves. They love the facts. I'm just being straight. So in a roundabout way, because of everything we've just said, KDKA TV laid off 2 pretty important people yesterday. And they didn't want to, believe me. Kim Gable, who I love. Kim Gable, amazing anchor, amazing talent, amazing mother, really good reporter, mature, gorgeous, stunning, hardworking, loves charity, loves the game. Later off. And believe me, they all hate this. And Lindsay Ward, morning anchor, mother, young person, very talented, very bright, very engaging, very hardworking, later off. And Kristen Emery, who I love to death, is retiring, so that helps them. I'm not picking on them. I love KDKA TV. Come on. It's my family. We are intertwined. But my point is this. For those of you who hate the media, okay, where are you getting your news? Huh? Twitter. Okay. X. All right. TikTok. Okay. Your neighbor Sally. Your angry neighbor. Man, we're the last wall, man. I'm sorry we are. We might be flawed, but we ain't that flawed. We give a damn. Like, big time give a damn. Like, crazy give a damn. Like Kim Gable gives a damn. like Lindsay Ward gives a damn. It's just scary, man. For everyone out there that thrives on information and truth to power, it's dwindling. It's flickering. And when it's gone, we're screwed. And I mean that. Just think about that the next time you say the media sucks. Okay. Love to know where you're getting your information. Really would.